Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. From Rolling with Remix. Long ago, the land of Irion was a land of plenty, and many wanted to lay claim to its riches. When those who lived in Irion could no longer agree on who held what, civil war broke out across the entire realm, until the kobolds, in desperation to keep their kingdom afloat, summoned the dark and terrible Dragotha. The great dragon cared not for the alliances constantly made and broken across Irion, and razed many of its great cities to the ground, until a last desperate alliance finally slew the titanic worm. With no one in any shape to continue the fight, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. But tensions were still on the rise. 30 years later, a ragtag group of adventurers, who met at a harvest festival and joined forces to look for the missing mentor of one of their band, were hired by a mysterious old man to travel to the great city-states of Irion and perform acts of heroism that those in power would not approve of. But those same acts served to heighten tensions across the land, and the old man, secretly a scheming mind flayer, revealed that once more Irion had fallen into a great civil war. Now, with militaries and dark powers on the rise, our heroes gather their forces in hopes of saving what they can before Irion once more falls into ruin. Momo, the Aarakocra cleric.
You're my friend. You're my family. And I'll protect you at all costs.
Corellia, the kobold paladin.
I will not make the same mistakes again.
Malifane, the half-elf rogue.
I won't stand idle. Not while people's lives are at stake.
Oh, this should be fun.
Quintessa, the human fighter.
You shouldn't be surprised. Everyone is out for themselves in the end.
And Scam Likely, the goblin artificer.
There are three constants: death, taxes, and my ability to dodge both.
Unprepared though they might be, our heroes find themselves at the front lines of a great battle to save the fallen empires. Last time on Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires. Our heroes finally agreed that going to look for the flower would be worth it, if they could avoid Gruvan Gorewalker on the way. Scam, however, was convinced that such a plan would be foolhardy, if not useless and suicidal, and so asked Momo to go on a secret trip to Baylight, to go with his original plan of purging the Fae, which would kill Malifane's mother, and then reviving her. As they got to Baylight, and disguised themselves as Malifane by doing the old one goblin and one bird in the trench coat trick, Momo triggered a magical trap, transporting him into the dark realm of the Fae. The mysterious Fae lady offered Momo a deal: freedom from the unending woods he was now trapped in, if he swore to never touch Azalea Lythos again. After many unsuccessful attempts to understand what the Fae woman wanted with Azalea, Momo finally took the deal. Meanwhile, after Scam alerted the rest of the party as to what went wrong, and they had a heated debate that involved Quintessa being ready to leave Momo behind to die, our heroes made preparations to go find the bird, who fell directly onto Scam Likely. But rather than go and look for the flower, Momo wanted to head right back into Baylight, having a plan that eventually he revealed. Unfortunately, every step of it involved touching Azalea Lythos, which Momo didn't seem to realize until midway to the hospital. Even after this realization, he seemed keen to go through with it, being willing to sacrifice himself if it meant saving Malifane's mother. But no one else in the party was. So instead, they decided to head south while they still had the time and look for the Mortis Memoria. As our heroes headed into the southern forests of Irion, they made camp along the trail, where the Fae Lady appeared before Malifane on his watch. She explained that when Azalea was sent to retrieve the heart of a Fae, it wasn't just any Fae. It was the Fae woman's son. Seeking vengeance, she could have just taken Malifane's life and been done with it. It would have been simple since he was a child at the time. But it was Azalea who wanted to suffer. Having so messily and so violently broken her code of pacifism, according to the Fae, Azalea decided to live her life punishing herself, seeking solace at the bottom of a bottle, and mentally abandoning everything in the world around her. including her family. After some more back and forth taunts about how the Fey woman knew Malaphane's mother better than Malaphane himself, she proposed a deal. An obvious problem the party faced being in the south of Irion was being deep in Elven territory. And given their last encounter with the elves, if they were found and identified, bad things were sure to happen. The Fae had a solution, disguises that the party would not have to constantly maintain, should they not be caught in a lie. And all they had to do was make deals with her. But while Corellian and Momo took the deal, being very, very recognizable in Elven territory, Quintessa and Malaphane wanted nothing to do with the woman, preferring to take their chances. The next morning, thanks to their disguises and some amount of luck, our heroes got to the edge of the southern swamps of Irion. But as they looked through their supplies, they found that as part of the Fey woman's deal, the clay vessel they were going to use to transport the flower was gone. What are the implications of the Fey woman's deals? Will our heroes be able to survive their trip into lizard folk territory? And how many more of these great blank heists are going to go not according to plan? Because so far the answer is all of them. Find out on tonight's episode of Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires. Hello and welcome to Fallen Empires, the show where we may do a heist, but we may just fuck it up all before it even starts. I'm your host, Alex, and with me, as always, is my lovely cast of players. We have Atlas.
The only place I want lemons are in my fanfiction.
Ooh, ooga. We have Jojo.
I prefer apples.
We have Queen.
I relate to Fallen Empires on a personal level because I myself have also fallen. Ignore the empires.
And we have
It's not
Xander.
even funny.
Lemon stealing whore. Ooh.
So, Scott will be joining us later. He has a prior engagement, but should be here in a few minutes.
We killed him. We killed Scott.
Yeah.
Scott is dead.
In the meantime,
His
I'll...
prior,
in the
his
meantime,
prior
I'll-
engagement is the gates of heaven.
Let him talk!
In the meantime, I'll take the role of disapproving Malaphane who keeps rolling dice to see if he'll shoot arrows at his own party members. Pacifism.
What a great mechanic, am I right?
What a great mechanic. But last we left off, we're gonna hop back in time a little bit, because
Good.
the Fey woman was making deals with the party to give them disguises.
Yeah.
And Xander was not here, but he is now.
I am.
Ah! Oh god, it scared me.
I forgot to turn down the volume.
Ah, shit, this seems fatal.
Yeah. After the sound crew backs up about 20 feet, the Fey woman turns to Scam likely. I'll imagine this is after giving Corellian the deal, and looks over at Scam. No,
Why do I feel queasy? Did someone do some time travel bullshit?
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Now, I know you're probably worried that the deal I have is also going to involve taking something from you. Rest assured, I have no intention of doing that for you, Scam likely.
Cool. Yeah, sure. Alright, what's up?
I want to give you something, actually. A charm,
Oh,
if
fuck.
you will.
A charm? Like, we talking like a necklace kind of charm, or like the enchantery kind of charm?
It's more along the lines of enchanting, yes.
Alright, I'm listening. What kind of charm would you like to bequeath upon me?
Just a little charm to connect yourself and myself that I can call upon at any time it becomes convenient for me. And in exchange for taking on that charm, you'll get your disguise.
And you'll turn me into a gnome like the rest of them?
Gnomes would make sense in a Fey-touched part of the wood, yes?
That they would. Well, you say, listen, I consider myself a consummate businessman. I like to make sure my contracts are pretty thorough before I willingly sign on to them and all that. So, just want to establish, so in exchange for turning me into a gnome very temporarily, and from what I've understood, a gnome that will dispel itself if I, tell a lie, which I consider myself a pretty blunt individual. This charm that would bind us together. You could call upon me. I will ask this for clarification, O Lady of the Fae. Is this call upon, on my part, willing or unwilling?
Give me a second to think of how she would phrase this.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps call upon is not the most accurate choice of words. It would not involve me snapping my fingers and suddenly wherever you are in the world you're at my side. You would still be wherever you happen to be. It would be more like activating a charm. And for the sake of transparency, well, the activation would be willing on my part, certainly not yours. But taking on the charm in and of itself, of course, that's up to you.
I see. And is this an indefinite arrangement?
This is an in perpetuity arrangement, yes.
In perpetuity. I know what that word means. Scam knows what that word means. Xander actually has blanked out what perpetuity means.
Basically same thing as indefinitely.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, when you put it like that, I mean, who can resist? Scam is just low-key looking through his prepared spells to make sure that there's nothing else that would work better for him in this circumstance. And probably not. Not that anything that would be cheap room to cast. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. You know, I've it's not the only time I've had weird entities do things to me. I can like hold up my burned Dragatha arm. So like, why not add another one to the list? Before we like officially sign over though, just a quick question for clarification: does this deal end if you die?
What a seriously morbid question, Scam likely.
Yeah, I consider myself a seriously morbid guy.
She does not answer.
Nice. Great, yeah, let's do it. Fuck yeah, high five. Up top.
She holds out a hand for you to shake.
I slap it down low.
That'll do just fine. She puts two fingers from the non-high-fived hand to her lips, kisses, and then puts them on the back of your neck, Scam. A glowing mark appears on the back of your neck, and then fades away into nothing as the flickering image of a gnome appears around you.
Oh, okay, not physical. I thought it was going to be a physical transformation. It's an illusion. I still feel the same. Good.
It's an illusion. Good. I can't exactly polymorph you. That would be most inconvenient.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I can actually physically turn myself into a gnome, but it only lasts for like an hour, and it takes a little bit out of me, so this is probably the better idea.
Exactly, especially if you plan to, I don't know, rest for any length of time in woods patrolled by elves.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I can't lie in this thing. So can I do what you do and like skirt around the truth?
I encourage you to be creative.
Oh, I consider myself a creative goblin.
He's very creative.
Mechanics-wise, basically, it's if I think you need to make a deception check and you fail the deception check, you have a minute before the illusion fades away.
Nice. I dig it.
Yeah. If it's technically the truth, then you can still make a persuasion check without going full-on deception.
Nice.
Alright, so with some more grumbling from Malifane at the Fey Lady, she gets up and walks away. And then time travel shenanigans as you as you gather at a campsite at the edge of the southern swamps. And then you go do a little gear check and that's funny. The clay jar you were going to use to transport the Mortis Memoria is gone.
Oh, that's not good.
She took the pots?
Oh
Yikes.
God.
That's big yikes. That was the only thing we could put the flower in, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the thing that it was made for, but... I'm sure there must be another way that we could figure something out. I mean, you're good at improvising things, Scam. Maybe you...
Yeah, I consider myself pretty good at improvising things. Unfortunately, I can't exactly, like, make magical items on the fly that I haven't prepared the schema for.
Right.
I could do my best to, like, assemble something. I can't speak for how effective it would be. I didn't exactly know what the full properties of that pot were. I didn't get to identify it.
Alright, I see.
And that probably would have helped in me being able to replicate that in some fashion.
What now? Well, alright, so if anything, Kelwin mentioned that, you know, the jar is both airtight and watertight, and the Mortis Memoria can't deal with extended periods in sunlight. So if we could manage something...
Airtight, watertight.
Yes.
Oh, you know, I think I could probably actually do something like that. Hold on, let me just take a look through all my gear and shit as Xander looks through his spells, for ideas. Let's see. I mean, making something watertight is actually, you know, all things considered, it's pretty simple as long as you have the right equipment. And you're actually kind of in luck because I can make any set of artisan's tools that in existence over the course of an hour. And whether or not I'm proficient with it, so I can make any number of tools to help with that. Let's see. So I think I could probably make something, you know, waterproof. I would just need the right reagents and you know, ingredients for it. Typically with waterproofing, you need something that is hydrophobic, you know, something that is entirely sealing it out. So, like, if I had some, like, I don't know, ooh, hold on. Alex.
Yes.
Scam wants to do something for a second. He wants to find a, how do I phrase this? I'll start small. Can I find like a big like seed pod or something? Like, you know, like a nice round like seed pod, not like anything that's particularly huge, but something that's like bigger than an acorn, just lying in the forest nearby.
Make a nature check.
Yeah, 100%. Natural 20.
Yeah. Wow. You just like turn around. There's one right there.
Fuck yeah. How big is it?
Easily big enough to be bigger than an acorn.
Nice. All right, I take out like one of my knives and shit. I'm like, okay, so you see the seed pod, round. I'm gonna slice like it in half, and I'm gonna like scoop out whatever innards it have, so it's just a hollow like orb. Okay. Now, in theory, if I made something that was a perfect hollow orb, and I put the pieces together, and I want to cast Mending on it.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mending seals up, I believe, any... Like, not seals up any cuts as in just makes them go away, just like if they've been put back together, it puts them apart. If they have been taken apart, it will put them back together with the same consistency as they were before.
Yeah, it'll repair a single break or tear no longer than 1 foot in any dimension. And if I mend it, it leaves no trace of the former damage. So, if I made something that was about this size, I could split it in half. We could put the flower in there, and I could cast this. Now, you said that it needs to be airtight. It can't be exposed to like oxygen.
That was just what the jar was. I'm not completely sure.
Okay.
I mean, I presume it can be exposed to oxygen considering it's a plant and it's likely growing outside in a non-airtight environment, but for transport reasons.
Okay, well, if it will help, one thing that I can do just for the sake of precaution is I can move into my bag of holding with the flower, and mending does take a minute for me to cast for it to be all the way done. So that's something I could do. Now I do currently have some other gear prepared at the moment, but I can just swap out one of them for my bag of holding again. So I could move in there, do that, and seal it up like that. That will be a completely, you know, watertight.
Yeah, your limit is a foot in complete total.
Yeah,
dimension,
but I could
correct?
presumably do it in increments.
All right.
But like, I'm
yeah.
not. But like, I doubt a flower is gonna be bigger than like, a foot
that's-
tall.
That's the thing. What Kelwin said is, what they said is that the more flowers that we manage to collect, the better our chances are, because synthesizing it is so difficult and complicated. So the more material we can get, the better, and that of course would include, the substrate that it's in, and figure it out. We haven't even found the damn things yet.
Yeah. Okay. So I think the best bet for recreating a safe container for these things is for me to create some sort of like hollow orb sphere and then cut it in half. So that way, or I can not even in half. I could just make I could cut off like a lid section and then I can just reseal it with mending. That way we get that working. Because as far as I understood, the thing itself wasn't necessarily magical. It was just designed to hold it pretty well.
I did not get the impression that it was magical.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, and honestly, not a total wash, actually, because I could probably make something, like, out of, let's see. What's around me? Like, what kind of, like, I mean, a lot of trees, but, like, is there like, an abundance of rocks around here, too? Like, what do I got going on?
Lot of mud, lot of leaves and weeds around. You haven't gotten into full swamp territory yet, but you will if you take like about 30 steps the other way.
Hey, actually, mud's perfect. Momo, I need you to build me a sufficiently hot fire.
Okay.
Yeah, build me a sufficiently hot fire. Someone just begin collecting nearby loose stones and stacking them around the fire to make a kind of like a makeshift oven?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you get on that. Corellian, can you help me collect mud?
Sure.
Great. I want to collect, I just want to begin collecting like a nice sizable like lumps of mud to begin bringing over by, and then kind of, my intention here is to like, is to find the most like dome-shaped rock I can find as well, and then kind of just like spread mud over the dome of the rock, and then essentially make a orb around like as round of a rock as I can find, or even something just suitably big enough to hold a bunch of flowers, and then bake the clay so it hardens, and then I can cut the thing in half, remove the rock from the center, and then mend it to be a whole orb once again. Not even necessarily a full orb, it could just be like a misshapen container, essentially, using whatever rocks I can find. But that's my intention here, is to do that.
Basically a rock mud pot?
Basically, yeah, a rock mud pot, and then once it's done, remove the rock, and then I'll have a thing that I can reseal together, because it will have been two pieces that can be restored.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Malifane, how are you going to help with gathering to make rock mud pot? Malifane.
Malifane!
Malifane, you're on mute.
Can Scott hear us?
He's muted.
Is he able to hear us?
I don't know. I would assume so.
Hold on.
Hangouts is frozen.
Scott, you muted.
Oh yeah, his Hangouts froze.
I can't believe his.
Oh, heck!
It's probably his internet then.
Malafane's taking a nap.
We could probably assume he'll just go rock collecting with me.
Fair enough, yeah. Alright, so, in that case, gonna need a couple different nature checks. One from Momo, one from Corellian and Scam, one from Quintessa and Malifane.
Because
Finally!
Momo is by themselves, can I have Jabidi float over and give them the help action?
Sure, Jabidi floats over
Cool.
and would give a thumbs up if Jabidi had thumbs.
Yes, just kind of like waves a ragdoll hand. What's your nature, Corellian? I'll roll. I'll roll. Presumably with advantage because help action?
Because help, yes.
I'm helping.
Okay, cool.
You want me to make a nature check as well?
With advantage, because Jabidi's helping.
Okay. Whoops.
I'll give myself Flash of Genius.
Okay.
Roll 20 just got like exited out of
Rip.
Rip.
draw.
Rip and skips.
Rip and sips.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey.
There you are.
Come
He
look for rocks with me.
Remember you have advantage, Jojo.
You have advantage, Momo, so roll again.
I knew that!
Fucking.
Incredible.
Incredible.
So that's a 15, a 17, and a 20, and a natural 20.
And a natural 20. Yeah, you guys are having zero problems lighting a fire, getting rocks to make a fire pit, and then getting some mud and the big ol' dome rock.
Should I-
Yeah, nice
I don't
big old
know
fucking
what's going
orb.
on, but should I roll nature anyways?
Yes.
Okay.
You're helping me find rocks.
Got it.
Because since the jar, the container was taken from us, Scam had the idea that he could make essentially a clay orb that if he cuts in half, he could feasibly put mending on. So he would have a completely airtight, watertight jar with which to put things in.
What I have no doubt that you guys have probably been over this, but since I was not here for that, was the jar magic or have any sort of special properties? Or...
Nope,
We
I
don't
did
know.
Not get
We
the
don't know.
impression that it was magical. All I know is that it was airtight and watertight.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's essentially what I'd like to make now that we've gotten all the pieces assembled.
Alright. Since technically this is a pot, I'll have you roll Potter's Tools with intelligence.
Yes, and because I am an artificer, part of my whole preparation for this, because even though I am not proficient with Potter's tools, nor do I currently have Potter's tools, I can spend an hour to magically create Potter's tools.
You are
Excellent.
just OP, aren't you? Holy
Yes,
frick.
artificers are great. Let me post this feature just so you can see what I'm talking about. It's called the right tool for the job.
Wow.
Oh, it didn't even display the fucking details. That's lame. But I'll just read. That's weird.
Rogues are to skills as artificers are to tools. It's
Yes.
pretty
Mhm.
great.
Yes, so I can, as long as I have my Tinker's tools out, which I do, I can magically create one set of Artisan's tools. It takes 1 hour. And yeah, cool. So this is a pottery with intelligence, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so even though I am not proficient, this will just be a D20 plus my intelligence modifier.
Yes.
Cool. And can I get the help action on it from somebody? This is a question for the DM. I'm just asking if that's possible.
You can, in fact, get the help action from somebody. Yes.
Then the person I choose is Jabidi, and we are going to recreate the movie Ghost. And so, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Ghost pottery scene, and this is exactly what's happening between Scam and Jabidi at the moment. I broke Atlas.
I hate you so much.
I broke Atlas. This is.
Too cultured for their own good.
I'll have to post that in the Discord for people who don't know what I'm talking about, but it's truly a disturbing mental image when you really get down to it. Alright, so this is with advantage. It's 13. I'll give my Flash of Genius to make that a 17.
Okay. 17. You're pretty sure that after spending some time hardening the mud into clay and making a little clay orb, this is serviceable. You don't see any major
Great.
flaws that would make this not watertight.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like it's like a thin layer of clay. It's like stacked layers. So like to the point where this should be like a jar that's at least like an inch thick by the time it hardens.
Oh, yeah.
And then so once that's done, Scam will take out his tools and like saw around it, and split the pieces, and then like dump out and then put it back together. And then he's not going to actually mend it right now. He is going to take each half. He's gonna, because I'm holding 2 bowls. I'm gonna put 1 bowl inside the other bowl and tuck that away safely in the bag of holding. So that'll be our flour container. I assume it's of sufficient size, Alex.
Yeah, probably. I think I described the Mortis Moria as looking like a lily, so similar to that in size. You should have enough room for that.
Yeah, it's like yeah, that should probably be in more than enough to like cram a couple of those in there, depending on how many we find. Because, yeah. And also, I can always make more if need be, because this is not a hard task.
All right, so the pot is made, and night has fallen.
Let's blaze it! No, joking.
I am wiped. I think I'm ready. I'm just covered in clay. Just like, I think I am ready to bed down for the evening. Although, hey, real quick, before I go to bed, Momo, can I talk to you?
Oh, sure.
Just like off in private? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'll just walk off into the darkness with Momo to be completely away from any people overhearing.
And I follow him.
Yeah. I'm making fully sure that nobody can hear us, and just for like extra effect, I have Jabidi watching, like looking out, because Jabidi has a higher perception than I do. Yeah. Jabidi's on alert.
That's not saying much, is it?
Yeah.
I think Jabidi has like a +1 to perception or something like that.
Yep. I'm just imagining Jabidi still holding the knife, raising it in case anyone looks over that direction funny.
Yes. Sorry, he has a +2. His little ragdoll arm is just holding a fucking dagger looking over the horizon. Anyway, so I pull Momo.
Momo's kind of nervous because he's like, he's probably gonna get mad at me for fucking.
Yo, okay, so couple things real quick.
Look, I know, I'm sorry. I didn't know that would happen. I know I messed up with the Fae deal. I'm sorry.
Oh, what? No, don't fucking worry about it. It's fine. I'm not mad. I don't give a shit. It was a good plan. Like, I take great amounts of solace. The reason I'm not mad is because we had an airtight fucking plan, but, like, it got fucked up by circumstances that were almost entirely out of our control. And just because you may have fucked up that one part doesn't mean that the plan itself wouldn't have worked. So you know what? Ultimately, I see coming up with a good plan as an absolute win. Even if the plan got a little fucky around there. Well, we had a solid fucking plan. No, I just wanted to say that I'm actually kind of glad you're not dead. Additionally, because you teleported away, I do feel partially responsible, because part of my whole thing is knowing magic, and I typically do constantly sense around me for magic, and of course the one time I forgot to look around for magic is the one time I missed an arcane glyph that fucking teleported you away. So I'm a little mad at myself, but I'm just ultimately glad you're alright. The second thing I want to talk to you about is, you might want to sit down.
Okay. Momo's just like, inside he's like, aw, he cares about me. So he like sits down and like crosses his legs and
Scam's kind of like pacing a little bit, scratches his nose. Okay, so I figure it's better for you to hear this from me than it is from anyone else. Most likely because I'm not sure anyone else would tell you. But when I reconvened with the group and told them what had happened, I think we both know that they were already pretty mad at me just for for us going off without their, knowledge and all that. But Corellian was worried about you, pretty immediately, which is good. Corellian didn't actually kick my ass like I expected him to, so that was actually a surprising moment of kindness. No, but geez, kid, I don't know how to say this politely, so I'm just gonna say it up front. Quintessa wanted to leave you for dead.
his eyes widen just a little bit. Like, what?
Yeah. Quintessa had wanted you to, she personally vouched for the option of just leaving you behind.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was pretty fucked up, not gonna lie, but I think that you deserve to know. I'm not exactly a man of secrets. Bull. The thing with Malifane is that he didn't exactly endorse it one way or the other. He kind of... I really don't know how... he phrased it very peculiarly is what I'm getting at here. I really did not infer what he meant. It sounded like at a first glance he was talking about not necessarily disagreeing with Quintessa, but also at the same time not saying that we should leave you behind. But then he kind of like, I don't know, backpedaled a little bit. I don't know. I didn't get a good read on him. I was kind of sweaty and wet from swimming across a lake. And overall, I didn't read, I don't know. I can't speak for his intentions, but the reason I'm bringing it up, it just threw me off. It threw me off a bit because it didn't seem like he came to your defense strongly. It's just what I'm saying. Like, it just seemed like I don't know. Because I know you two are friends, and I don't want to, I'm not trying to, fan a fire of discontent in the group, because I am the fire of discontent in the group, but, that's just me as a person, but I just feel like, it's kind of fucked up, and I felt like you deserve to know that a close friend of yours didn't immediately chastise somebody for saying we should leave you for dead. But I don't think he personally vouched to leave you for dead either. I don't know. Just,
Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. And
Yeah. I know it's kind of fucked up. But, just thought you should know that.
Momo just has this wilted look, like something in his heart has just been crushed. But
Scam, very awkwardly, just kind of reaches, hesitates, reaches, hesitates, reaches out and just very lightly pats Momo on the shoulder, very pathetically, just there. Just retracts his hand again.
knew she didn't like me. She doesn't really like any of us, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, don't take it personally. I don't think she likes any of us. Malphane included.
I didn't think she hated me that much.
I don't think Quintessa hates people. Honestly speaking, I don't think Quintessa is... I don't think she hates. I think she just has a roaring indifference of people other than herself. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Yeah, not hate, just extreme indifference to the point of malice, one might say. But yeah, I wouldn't say that she hates you more than she probably just doesn't care about. That's worse. You know, that might be worse. I don't listen to that part. That's actually kind of worse.
It's like he's rubbing his head, trying to, like, his eyes are stinging, but he just kind of wipes it away, and he just kind of looks dull.
Yeah. You want me to, pull, a nasty prank on her or something?
No.
Okay. No, I wasn't really going, I just wanted to offer it just in case it's something you wanted that make you feel better.
No,
but I understand.
It's okay. The fact that you told me this and thought it would be nice to tell me this I appreciate it, and that really shows that I can trust you more than, no offense, than I thought I could.
Yeah. That's... I don't think anyone has ever actually spoken those words to me in sequence before, so that's... I don't know how to feel about that. Nice.
Just know that
okay.
Just know that you've earned my trust, and that I consider you a friend.
Scam looks like Scam.exe has crashed. And when Scam's brain stops, he just has a permanent scowl on his face as his left eye twitches. So he just kind of freezes for a second and is thanks. No, actually, yeah, thanks.
Are you okay?
No, I'm actually, I'm legitimately, I'm fine. I just, does anyone smell burning toast?
I'm gonna cast calm emotions. Just I'm gonna put my hand, slowly, hesitantly reach my hand and just touch his shoulder. Emotions. It's okay.
Yo, that's a pretty nifty spell. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's does your hand? Are you intentionally vibrating your hand when you cast that spell?
No, just I don't know.
It's very calming. You could like open up like a massage parlor with that. Like you could just. Oh my god, Momo! I think you just gave me a lucrative business idea.
Oh my god. We'll talk about it later, but
I think I need to experiment with Jibidi a bit more, but I have some ideas. Sorry, just business mind activate. No, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Can you imagine making like a charm that exudes a permanent version of that spell, and we just put it on Quintessa? You think she'd mellow out forever, or do you think she'd break the
possibly,
charm?
maybe. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah, who can really tell?
Well, thank you again for telling me. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's walk back to camp. I'm pretty sure everyone's wondering if I'm killing you or something over here, so we might as well just make sure that, I didn't. Or did I? I like slink back into the darkness.
He
Alright.
starts heading back.
You slink
And
back
like
to camp.
his soft smile that he had just kind of like slowly turns back into a not horrified but like defeated expression.
Totally.
All right.
Yeah.
In the meantime, who was on first watch in camp?
Yep.
Not fucking me.
Actually, no, I'll take last watch.
I'll take
Sure.
second.
Okay.
Mosca and I are on first then.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I'll say the conversation happens
as
during the
always.
early part of first watch.
Yeah, as always, Scam sets up Jibidi to be just a fucking just like surveillance turret at night.
So perception, yes?
Perception, yes. All right. Aside
Nice.
from the place smelling like shit, there's nothing really worth being on alert over during first watch.
Fuck yeah. Scam will not be taking any watches, but Jibidi will be remaining on watch throughout the night.
Excellent, excellent.
It's my turn.
All right. Momo, this place smells rancid. You're not even in the swamp, and it still smells rancid.
I'm also just really distracted.
Yeah,
No
you
one
were distracted
blames
by a lot of things. And you almost missed the of some snapped twigs nearby.
I hear that though, right?
Jibidi holds up the knife.
Jibidi holds up the knife. You almost missed the but you can hear it, yes.
He reaches back and like looks over at Corellian and like, Corellian? I heard something. I think we're being watched.
Crowley like sort of shoots up, and because they have dark vision and Momo doesn't, we're gonna
Yep.
take a scan around.
Okay. Make a perception roll because the thing that made the snap is out of dark vision range currently.
Fuck.
Okay.
You take a quick listening to hear any more snapped twigs on the ground, and you hear what sound like muffled footprints? No. Muffled hoofprints nearby in the same direction the snapped twigs came from.
Yeah, I'll, sounds like hoof steps of some kind. Is it moving towards or away from us? Can I tell?
It's moving towards you.
It's coming towards us. I think maybe we should quietly wake the others.
Okay. Momo goes ahead and like goes over to Malafane, kind of lightly shakes his shoulder. Malafane, you need to wake up like now.
What is it, little buddy?
You need to be on alert. I think we're being followed.
Oh.
I go over to Scam and I plug his, I grab his nostrils and hold them.
I cough away.
I cover his mouth.
What the fuck?
Quietly.
What the fuck?
We're being followed. You need to be quiet and alert.
Oh, well, you need to say so.
I'd say at this point, plop, 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 the hoofprints come closer, and at the edge of your dark vision, Corellian, you can see the silhouette of a centaur dressed in mud and dirt-stained clothing, several pouches and satchels slung across his back, longbow in hand, and wide-brimmed cowboy hat, for lack of a better word, across his head.
Oh.
Is it a stranger?
For those of you who were there when he showed up in Baton Hall, you recognize this centaur as Stranger.
What kind of a name is that?
The name he
It's
said
his
to
name.
call him.
Is anyone else here, like, whistling on the wind? What the hell's going on?
Shh.
Oh there.
Stranger stops, looks over, tips his hat. Howdy.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what brings you by this time of night?
Well, I was just in the swamps, making, nice way to put it would be a pickup. The more realistic way, venturing party went in there, didn't come out, I was retrieving their things.
No shit. Damn.
No, there's probably some on here, he says, looking at his clothes.
We're actually about to go in there ourselves. Anything we should look out for that you saw?
Before I tell you anything, might I inquire as to why?
Well, we're about to go into the swamps.
For what
Oh,
purpose?
you mean why are we going in?
Why
we're
are
looking
you going
for-
in? Yes.
We're looking for components,
Hmm.
magic, medicine, so on, plants.
Stranger trots closer to the camp, stops a few trots in. Y'all mind if I settle with you for a few?
Oh,
Like,
by
don't
all
see the
means.
issue.
Not at
Yeah.
all.
What's your name there?
Y'all can call me Stranger.
All right, stranger. Hi, Ski. I stop mid, like, right in the middle of saying "sk," and I go, Thelonious, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
My name is Vol.
Those technically aren't lies, and he has no particular reason to doubt them, so you're safe.
Thelonious, this is my bull. No, I don't say that. I don't say that because that's a blatant lie.
Yep.
I do not say that.
Stranger heads over into camp, settles down on a comparatively grassy patch. Well, lizard folk down in the southern swamps of Irion are might peculiar. Bigger than the ones you'd see most any other place in the 10 realms. A lot hungrier. Call themselves the Envy. I'll type that out in chat.
Thank you.
I write this down.
Same.
Now, normal lizard folk tribe, if you go into their territory, they might try to scare you off. They might try to divert you into getting eaten by crocodiles. Envy are the crocodiles.
Oh,
Oh,
that sounds like a fun time.
It's not. Now,
Yeah.
if you're going through there looking for magical reagents, good news and bad news is there's a place there's likely to be.
Oh,
Take the good news first.
That is, in fact, the good news. That I know exactly where they are. Or relatively exactly. See, the roads lead down to an old hut, used to be run by a hag. Now it's run by one of the head honchos of the Envie. Her name's Senthajal. Folk around here call her the Swamp Ghost.
Oh, great.
Do I dare ask why they call her the Swamp Ghost? Do you know?
I haven't had an encounter with her myself. Couple of my compadres did. Only one of them came out alive and reported some dark magic coming from that one.
These Envie, you said they're a particularly hungry bunch?
Indeed they are. Big, mean, love to take bites out of you.
Scam, take some notes down.
While I'm thinking about the head honchos of the Envie, there are two others that I think are worth mentioning so that you know they're out there and can hopefully stay out of their way. The one who's their biggest and baddest fighter is named Skanak. They call him the Bone Crusher.
Why do they call him that?
Gee, I
Come on.
wonder.
Now, see,
Come on,
Swamp
you
Ghost
know
I can understand the confusion on. But the other one, I'm pretty sure you will not be confused in the slightest as to why they call him that. Jacques. They call him the Cannibal.
Why do they call him that?
Don't.
Now, I can tell you're just jesting with me.
I am. It's been a long day. It's been a long life.
These leaders of the Envie, I take it they're still not ones for negotiations.
The one that's most likely to have a conversation with you would be Senthajal herself. Others, more likely to see you as walking, talking dinner.
That's what I figured.
Pray tell, if you don't mind my inquiring, from what you know of these Envie, the lizard folk, they speak Draconic, I assume?
They do indeed.
You know anything about, like, their, oh my god, I'm picking up a drawl, what the fuck? You know anything about their, Jesus, I can't escape it, it's just there. Alright, I'm talking to this guy like this now, I'm locked in. I can't do anything else. I'm stuck like this until this guy goes away. Heck, oh shit, I caught your accent. Fuck. No, I'm saying that, so, do you know anything about, like, their, air quotes, culture, religion, anything traditional about them?
Now, see, for the most part, folk like me and my kind do our best to try and keep the Envie from spreading any farther north. There are a couple of stragglers, of course, but that doesn't exactly give me a lot of opportunities to study their culture. I do know it involves food, and a lot of it, and anything they can do to get it. If it would mean taking down a dragon, you'd bet they'd gather up enough of them to try.
I think I have a bargaining chip for these guys.
Would Malifane have read into a little bit more about them, or?
Sure. Make a history check.
Alright. Meh.
They were kind of a sidebar among the passages about lizard folk. Not one you paid that much attention to.
Yeah, that about checks out.
So if these guys like food, I think I actually have a way that we can probably, I think I have a pretty good bargaining chip for them.
I'm scared to know.
Now, here's the problem with that. I don't think you appreciate the appetites these things have.
Oh yeah? Well, what if they were suddenly greeted by this? I snap my finger and spawn 45 pounds of food that just collapse right behind me.
You might be able to feed a few.
Yeah. Something I can do. I can do that 3 times a day.
You might be able to feed a few.
Actually, I can do that 4 times a day. So I can
You
probably
might be able to feed a few.
Yeah, I figure. Okay. You think it'll be enough to bargain us passage? Give them a bunch of food?
Unlikely. See, a lot of the passage that was in the swamps was down the riverside among the docks. Now that is where the most of them gather. And it is a death sentence. Try and go down the docks. It's the fastest way, but you will be swarmed and eaten. Seen it happen. It ain't pretty.
Hmm.
Are there any other decent passages?
There are a couple. There's a few. If you push through deep marshland, then the trees could give you some cover, as long as you stay away from too many bodies of water. Unfortunately, in going through that marshland, you'd have to go through either the lair of the Bone Crusher or the Cannibal in order to get to Saint-Ajal.
I think the Bone Crusher is probably the one we'd want to take because the Cannibal just sounds like he's hungry. I can at least probably appeal to somebody who wants to become like strong and shit. Like Corellian, for example. Let's say that you're the Bone Crusher and we're like, hey, we just want to pass through your territory. In exchange, I'll give you a ton of food and also I can make you bigger and stronger. And I just omit the part that it's only temporary.
Say he wouldn't use that against us the moment that he received it.
I can tell him that by hurting us, it will immediately dispel the effect and he'll be even smaller. Well, that's a lie. It can't lie. Shit. Okay, so I can just tell him that if he harms us in exchange for this, and that it'll immediately go away.
Yeah, I don't know if that would fly, unfortunately.
Krellian, are you and I the only ones who can speak Draconic around here?
Yes.
So I guess you and I are the faces of the party for these guys.
Oh, gods.
Well, Corellian, I guess it's up to you then.
Oh, gods.
Don't worry, we can tag team it. Just tap out if you ever need me to take over.
Right. So, these adventurers, you were recovering the things from... They get caught up with the Envy too?
They did indeed. That's why I usually don't waste time looking for the bodies.
Brutal.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, what exactly did they drop?
Stranger looks over a couple of his satchels, opens them up. A couple of rations, water skins, compass, insect repellent in here. Not that it did them much good. Insects aren't the things you need to worry about the bites of. Standard things you'd see if you were going on an expedition to look for treasure down here.
Right.
What, there's treasure down here?
Well, Envy certainly aren't spending whatever they raided from caravans.
Yeah, true. Well, thank you for indulging us with conversation at this hour.
Of course. Nice to see a face that doesn't want to eat mine.
Well, we already have watches set up, so rest your bones.
Much obliged. Stranger tips his hat and gets settled down.
Oh, okay, yeah, before we go back to bed, Scam is just gonna run the perimeter of the camp and ritually cast alarm around the immediate campsite.
Ooh,
and
good
then just have it
idea.
be a mental alarm.
Alright.
I guess but I don't know if there'll be anything else, but I'll do my check for the evening.
Yeah, do last watch.
Nice.
That is an incredible natural 20. You are incredibly aware of everything going around you now that you know the danger of being this close to Envy territory.
But
And you can see that...
here.
Actually, you can see that some of the moss on trees and in pools of water starts glowing phosphorescently as it gets really, really late into the night.
Pretty.
Glowing. Is there... Oh no, I don't know nature. I probably wouldn't know anything that would cause this.
I mean, I know nature.
Hmm?
I know nature. pretty skilled in that.
Do I want to wake? God, I don't want to bother you a second. It's probably. Does it look like it's glowing? Does it look like? I don't know. Does it look like it's posing a threat, or is it just?
With a 31 natural 20 perception, no, it looks really pretty.
You know, I feel kind of bad about yelling about making Momo worry earlier. So, treat him to a really pretty sight. Psst. Momo.
Hmm?
Take a look at this.
He like rubs his eyes and looks up.
While I was on watch, I saw something out of the corner of my eye.
Wow.
Look at the moss over there.
Can I roll a nature check?
Sure. Looks to be some variety of phosphorescent moss. As far as you know, it's not special other than glowing.
Phosphorescent moss. Sure is pretty.
Yeah. World sure is fascinating at times, isn't it?
Sure.
Hey, I wanted to apologize about the other day. I was kind of in a rough spot. I didn't mean to worry you or make you feel inferior or anything. I apologize.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Is there, like, sarcasm in this voice, or is he just...
Sort of. He knows that he's not referring to what Scam was talking about, because he wasn't there, but legit, like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Remember when we were discussing the whole thing regarding my mother? I was just very stressed at that time.
It's fine. I kind of just... It's okay.
Are you sure?
I'd honestly rather not talk about it.
Of course.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
See you in the morning. And he kind of just doesn't really want to talk at all.
I'm gonna say that Mel hesitates for a little bit, but then, yeah, kind of just decides, yeah, I'll leave him be for the time being, and kind of just... I'm assuming he's gotten enough sleep at this point that he wouldn't get exhaustion, so he's just gonna kind of stare up at the stars or whatever for the rest of the evening.
Alright. In that case, after about an hour, the phosphorescence fades away, leaving you back in the darkness. And morning rises, though it's hard to get any sunlight amidst the thick forest and soon-to-be swampland.
Good morning, world.
Yep.
Stranger slowly stretches up onto his hooves.
Morning, stranger.
Morning, and thank you kindly for letting me rest my weary bones here for a bit.
So, our pleasure.
Now, if there's...
Hope you travel safe.
Of course, if there's nothing else y'all need, I'll be hitting the trail.
You gonna be okay heading back?
I'm a big man. I can take care of myself.
Safe travels.
Stranger tips his hat once more and trots off.
As for the rest of us, we need to come up with a plan as to how we're going to get through the swamp ourselves.
Are we all awake?
You're all awake. Yes, it's morning.
Okay, so after he leaves, Quintessa's just, since he didn't wake her up, she's gonna be like, So who's that?
An old friend of ours.
Beautiful. Anyways.
Yeah, don't kill him.
God, no,
Right.
Remember that badge I showed you that I got from, or that trader gave me from Damascus? That's where he's from, essentially.
I genuinely don't know if I do remember that.
So the
Probably would
badge,
have told you at some point.
the badge is the trinket that Malifane started with. I would assume at some point in your relationship you talked about it.
Okay, I did not know that, sorry.
That is okay. In any case. So, let's go back over the information that we have so far. We know that the lizard folk are a bit more, well, large and terrifying than the typical variety. And there are three, as he put it, head honchos among them. Only one of them is probably willing to strike up a conversation, or engage, rather. That being... How did he pronounce? Senthajal?
Senthajal, yes.
You alright there, Malifane? You were saying something?
Oh, no, that's about it. I'm just reviewing what we know so far.
Oh, alright. I
Oh.
thought we were going farther into actually what we were planning on doing.
I don't know. I still think it's a pretty good idea to make some bargaining chip to them.
Perhaps with Senthajal, if she is the one who is at least half decent with diplomacy.
But from what I understand, our path doesn't lead to Tensal. Our path leads either the Bone Crusher or the Cannibal.
That's
Yeah,
what
we
I'm
have to
worried about.
Go either through either one of their territories to
Yeah.
get to her.
Which, by the way, my money is on the Bone Crusher, because I think, in my experience, large, strong, brutish people can be appealed to with things that benefit their power and strength.
Real quick, is the cannibal also a lizard folk, or did I mishear something?
No, I think they're all lizard folk.
Okay.
They're all on V, yeah.
Considering that, this one person is called the cannibal, knowing that they would most likely be a lizard folk, I don't think we would really need to worry about getting eaten by,
I see
Wait,
where
hold
you're
on.
going with
Hold
this.
on. Yeah,
What?
almost brilliant. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure it's more along the lines of lizard folk will eat other people. It's just this one will also eat other
Eat
lizard folk.
Other lizard
From
folk.
what
Oh.
Stranger was
Ah.
talking about. That's
It's
the
entirely
vibe I
possible
was-
that, yeah,
That's
it's
pleasant.
entirely possible that's why he's one of the higher ups, because the others are too afraid to even get near.
Yeah, that... Listen, psychos always end up with some kind of power dynamic in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that... and remember, just so we're all clear here, Momo, Corellian, and I, we can't lie. So whatever we do has to be in earnest honesty, or
Yeah.
skirting the truth.
Okay.
Like if you do want to lie, go off. But like we can't, so we can't be wrapped up in any lies you might end up telling, if they are lies when we speak them as well.
Alright.
Alright.
So yeah, docks are out of the question. Yes.
Wait, so-
consensus?
So wait, the docks are not overseen by either of these parties. They're just groups of lizard folk that are ungoverned, I guess, because the cannibal and the bone crusher don't oversee them.
I can't say for sure. I don't know.
What if they're on the river, right?
Right.
Oh gods.
No, hear me out. What if they don't necessarily had to see us on the river? What if we're underneath the river walking on the river bed? Because we can breathe water.
Lizard folk are pretty sure they're very adept when it comes to aquatic things.
Ah, shit.
Lizard folk are amphibious, that's correct.
Damn.
Okay,
Shit.
yeah.
Okay. Though, I mean... Okay, yeah, that does put a little bit of a wrench in it, unfortunately. I mean, it would be helpful to be able to, like... I can't make mass people invisible. I can only do others. I can only do, like, one target.
I can cast walk water.
Dude, we don't want to walk on the water. We would want to be hidden on the water. But no, I like where your spirit's at. But no, that's a good point that they are amphibious. So if even one decided to take a dive and swim around to like fish or whatever, and they spotted us, they could alert their entire tribe. So that is probably a wash. That
Alex,
said,
remind me again. Sorry.
no, you go first.
Alex, remind me again how far the swamp is from Elven territory.
Technically, you're in it. So, let me scoot you over here.
In that case, let me rephrase my question. How thick is the swamp?
Incredibly.
The other possibility then is perhaps taking it to the skies or through the trees.
I mean, yeah, I can fly, but only for like 10 minutes. Well, I mean, if I do all my spell slots, then I can fly for like 30 minutes, 40 if I use my signet ring. And I was gonna suggest an alternative method that involved flying, but it mostly just involves me being a distraction. I was gonna suggest that if we didn't want to risk going, I mean, this could apply to any territory. If I fly over their territory and scream like a maniac and draw their attention and get them to like chase me off and try to kill me, and the rest of you could sneak by and I could lose them in the air and then find you guys later.
All it would take was one lucky arrow.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I have shield, so at least I'd be able to... Well, nah, that still... I could float outside the range of their... Yeah, and there's holes in that plan. Okay, I know there are holes. Okay? There's holes in any plan we think of. Except for one.
Which would be?
I don't respond to Malphane.
And what would that be?
No, we're not... It's obvious. Okay, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We're moving past it now to get on with our day.
Alright, so head down sort of along the tree line, trying to use it as cover. Maybe try and make our way undetected through lizard folk territory. Is that what I'm getting as to the consensus? Just want to be sure.
Do we know how far away lizard folk territory is?
You are very, very close to the swamp. So while you don't know for sure, you'd wager you could just walk that way for a couple of minutes and you'd be there.
Cool. So, other question: utilizing my knowledge of the map and just what around us, the direction we're heading. What direction would the lizard folk have to go to move away from us? Are we moving south, or like what direction roughly are we moving?
You would be moving south.
Okay. So okay. Here's a wild idea. I can skywrite. I could, if no, hear me out before you sigh, Corellian. Sighing is not a personality trait. Hear me out before you sigh. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I can speak Draconic, okay? What if, in theory, I can skywrite clouds visible for all the lizard folk in the immediate area to see. I could say something in Draconic, like some kind of like divine portent of like that tells them that they should probably go like check on something to the west, or like enemies approach from the west, or incredibly abundant source of food to the west. That way we can at least maybe get a few of them to run off and thin the herd a bit.
All right.
They can speak Draconic. Can they read it?
I presume. This is 5th edition. There's no literacy rules. That's what you're thinking of 3.5.
Bam, 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 bam! I heard someone talking about literacy!
Run!
All right, I do want to bring up one thing, and that is we are at the literal edge of Elven territory.
Yeah.
If you skywrite, they will see it. And if it has anything to do with lizard folk, you better believe there are going to be some elves who knows how to speak Draconic. And part of the thing that they do is keep the lizard folk at bay.
Oh, that's true. That is
Yeah.
true.
I suppose you could shout it and then we can run really fast.
I could actually. That's actually not a terrible idea. Actually, one thing I could do is if I cast like magic mouth, I can implant a message in an object. So I could grab a rock. I could say in my best lizard folk impression, speaking in Draconic, it's like the elves are attacking from the east. Help! And then I can just fly over the canopy really high out of range and just kind of then just drop the rock to activate, so just nearby them so they hear screaming, and then they'll probably maybe hear it as like a reinforcement. I would be spending 3 spell slots to do this plan.
All right.
That's one. I'd be spending one.
Maybe the lead is getting buried here or something, but why are we making plans that involve drawing the attention of the lizard folk when we could just try not to?
That is a
try
point.
avoiding them.
It's true. My thought process is more in line of like, if we can thin the herd a little bit, it'll be easier to sneak past them.
Yeah.
If we can divert some of their warriors away from their camps, we might have an easier time getting through.
I think that we are vastly outnumbered and in enemy territory. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah.
I think drawing attention wouldn't be the best idea, and that's what I cast my vote.
No, you're correct.
Great
okay.
backup for if we do get spotted, I guess. Shit.
Yeah, no, I hear ya. All right. Well, in that case, we've established that they might have some kind of hoard of wealth, but not that they're like using it as like an actual like money thing. They might just have shinies in there that they particularly fond of. Is that an established thing that we have heard?
That's what Stranger said.
Cut. Yeah. Okay. How about this? We got a bunch of shit. I got some wealth in here. I got some random doodads and trinkets. I could make them look shinier, and that way we can just be like, hey, here is a really shiny necklace we got for your chieftain. Or I don't know. Also, we have that. I know that bone charm we got from Dragatha's lair is super useful, but it might also be appealing as a bargaining chip if we find ourselves in a sticky. We just need to make sure that we're entertaining the concept of bargaining chips if things get squiggly.
Yeah, I mean, if things get squiggly, sure. But just remember, Scab can't lie.
Oh, no. Can't lie. But they never say anything about misleading.
Alright, just, yeah,
Believe
all on the
me,
same
Corinne,
page.
I've been a businessman for 33 years. I know the difference.
How old are you again?
33.
Hmm.
Or am I 32? I'm somewhere in there. Time.
Real talk, what does that equate to in human years? I don't...
It's like roughly middle age.
I'm
Old.
I'm just remembering that lyric from Parappa the Rapper. I've been working this store since my mama was a baby.
Okay, so let's head south, keep as low a profile as we can, and
Right.
look for some dark magic, I guess.
Right.
Fun.
Right.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Fun. All right. You head south, and grass soon gives way to mud and fetid water as you step directly into the swamps of the Envie.
Ew.
Just mud.
Hey, I remember all of your boots are really nice because of the work I did on them. Except for Malaphane's, because Malaphane never gave me his boots.
Did he?
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no, he did. He did later. That's right. He did later. Yeah, and at a later time he gave them to me. All right, cool. So all of our boots are really resilient. Still
Oh, good.
uncomfortable, but it's
Oh.
at least I did improve them. I put some inserts in them, just give them some gel inserts.
Get a
Makes
little
them more
Dr. Scholes in
comfortable.
there.
We're all flat-footed, apparently.
Dr. Scams, thank you very much. Dr. Scams.
Dr. Scams, of course. Alright. Squelch! Squelch! You trudge slowly through the swamp, the area around you being so thick with, reeds, vegetation, and water that traveling at a normal pace is basically impossible. Going at what would be a normal pace is the equivalent of traveling along the map at a slow pace.
Damn it!
So basically, if we wanted to travel at double speed, it would be just at a normal pace.
If you want to go through the mud, it would just be like regular people walking at that speed.
I mean, I'd be fine taking it slow and cautious, because the
Yeah.
faster we move, the less cautious we can.
Yeah.
And as you trudge through, looking around for ways that don't involve trudging through the water, because going through the water is the absolute worst for keeping up a decent pace.
Could have prepared water walk, and we could just walk over it.
You could have, yes.
I do have water walk prepared.
How long does that last?
Let me check.
It lasts for a while, I think.
Yeah, it lasts for
It lasts for an hour.
Holy shit. That would at least make it a bit more comfortable. But the question is water walk... Water walk is a ritual spell.
Waterlock's ritual.
Yo, we can just take 10 minutes every hour just to ritual cast it so they don't spend a spell slot, and then we can just walk on top of all the murk.
Holy shit.
We're like an hour into our hike, and we're like, wait, why are we doing this?
Yep.
Momo, make us walk on this. Do a miracle.
Okay.
Jesus.
Give me 10 minutes.
Jesus, is this campaign. We already discussed this a while
Shut
back.
the fuck
Yeah.
up, Scott. I'm making a joke.
Yeah. It's actually Da Jesus Christa, the god of being mispronounced. In this campaign.
Fuck.
Yeah, that guy. I know him.
Yeah.
I went to college with that guy.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so I cast it as a ritual, and I make everyone walk on water.
Oh, hell.
Alright.
Oh, hell.
Or mud, apparently.
Or mud, yeah. After you cast the spell, everyone just slowly rises until they're standing on the surface of the swampland. Mud is over basically everyone's, at least lower legs, basically entire lower half for the smaller members of the party, but now you're just standing on top of a bunch of mud and water.
Fuck yeah, take that mud.
Indication.
Sorry.
Wait a minute.
Why are you apologizing?
Because I didn't cast it earlier, because I completely forgot about it.
Well, you cast it now, so...
Wait a minute. The spell grants the ability to move across any liquid surface such as water, acid, mud, snow, and quicken sand, or lava, son of a bitch!
I mean, lava's still real hot at the surface, dude.
Let me tell you about convection.
Just because you can walk on top of a stove when it's on doesn't mean that you're not gonna get burned.
Doesn't mean it would have
Yeah.
been helpful later. I digress. though.
Hey Scott, here's something. Let me ask you this: how do you go barefoot walking on an LA highway in the middle of the summer?
Hey, Xander,
Tell me how comfortable you are doing that.
shut the fuck up!
I cast hot coal walk. Oh, these coals are hot. You don't say. Anyway, now that you're walking, it becomes a lot quicker to go in between water and trees to where they're particularly thick, so you have less chance of being spotted in the middle of something. And as you walk along, near a particularly deep patch of water, you see a slowly floating raft of very crude make, just slowly heading along the water northwards. If your sense of direction is
nobody
accurate.
on the raft?
There is nobody on the raft.
Okay,
Is there someone under the raft?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
does it
that's
look
what I was
like
gonna
it
say.
moving beforehand, or?
So water walk makes you float on the water so that you can't actually dive down to check if there's anything under the raft.
So Scam like kneel on his hands and knees, and he can. I think I could like press my head under the water a little bit.
you could. Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, can I just ostrich this water?
You take
It's
a deep
water
breath,
walk,
obviously.
not water crawl, Alex.
Yeah,
So-
it's not water crawl.
Yeah. So what do I see, Alex? Huh? What do I see under the
What's
water?
under the fucking raft?
Scam goes full ostrich. His head just just down below. What does he see, DM?
Under the raft, you don't see anybody, but on the underside of the raft, there are several, spears and javelins carved out of bloodied bone stuck to the underside of the raft.
Oh,
Lizard folk!
That seems about right.
Okay. Well, good news is there's no one there.
Good.
Hold on.
Bad
Hey,
news?
Jibity, go in the water and retrieve those spears and weapons and bring them with me.
spears?
I want Jibity to just go down and bring them back if you can.
Alright, they're a pretty crude design, so I'm gonna roll to see how many are intact.
That's fine.
Yay.
Wow, I rolled 1d3 and got 3.
Hey.
Yay.
Does the underside of the raft actually look like it's the underside? Like, it doesn't look like the raft has been capsized or flipped over.
Make an intelligence check.
Ooh.
Wow. All right, sure.
It's kind of hard to tell because this is such a ramshackle raft made by people who clearly were just working with whatever was available. But you get the feeling that the side with the spears in it was not originally the underside.
Ah.
Okay.
Nice.
Does that imply that the raft's been, I'm gonna say turned over because that's obvious, but, forced over? To intentionally hide it, or
I would
tip
assume
over on
so.
its own accord?
Looks,
Oh, that makes sense.
I mean, given that there are bloody
understand.
spears in it, it's hard to imagine it was done to hide it.
Okay. That's promising.
I'm gonna state the obvious here, but something was here earlier.
Well,
when you
that's
say
not very
something-
promising.
Do you mean there was something here, or there was something here?
Actually, how fresh does the blood on the spears look?
Looks to be dried.
Think I can sell these back to the lizard folk for a profit?
Ooh.
Not likely.
Can I tell what kind of bones they are?
Yeah, make a nature check.
Not likely. Ha. Likely is my last
You could have
name.
made that joke many times before in this session.
And now you've given me the opportunity.
Alright, so,
Take that, sucker!
you've been studying a lot of bones recently, Momo. So yeah,
And he's not wrong.
these
Fuck.
appear to be sharpened humanoid bones.
Don't like that!
Tasty bones.
Any kind of
Those are
humanoid in
humanoid
particular?
bones.
At
Or
this
is it
point,
just human, period?
at this point, it's hard to tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Given
can't
that
really
swamp
tell.
water and bloods covered them, who knows what it originally was?
Ugh.
Fun.
On second thought, recently might be a slight overstatement.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this would be a lot
Recent-ish.
easier if you guys maybe, I don't know, did the disguise.
Well, I mean,
That.
with lizard folk, I
We're
don't know how much
gnomes.
that would help.
You know, it's really helpful for the elves, don't get me wrong, but they're gnomes. And because this is an illusion that's currently present on me, I can't override it. I could make myself look like a little lizard folk. I could make myself look like a lizard folk baby. And I can't do that because there's an illusion on me. So, shit.
All you have to do is tell a lie to break it.
Yeah, but then we'd have to go back through elf territory.
I'm not sure if you're
Yeah.
aware of this. Well, I know you. Actually, no, that's a lie. I know you are 100% aware of this, Momo. We're war criminals. Like with the elves, we are war criminals. So, unfortunately, all of us would probably be recognized.
Right.
Well, I guess keep a lookout. At least if the spears were on the top side of the raft, we don't have to worry about. Well, I mean, we should still worry about it, but we're more likely to get speared from the top side than from underwater, I suppose. Small comforts, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Comfort, yes.
All right, so now that the raft has passed you by and gone slowly further northward, what direction do you go?
Let's see. We came from the south. So
You're
let's-
heading south.
We're heading south. Okay, we came from the north. My bad. All right. So,
Southwest, southeast, and straight south are valid options. Technically, also, any other direction is a valid option, but that'll get you out of Lizardfolk territory, which, after all that planning, do you want to do?
Good plan, let's go.
where though?
Well, maybe
You
the
guys are
direction
good.
that would keep us more towards the edge of the swamp if possible. I don't know, just to make a decision.
I'm with Corellian on this one.
I
Yeah.
think possibly straight south.
Map is there for reference to help with directions.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, possibly straight south, if anything,
straight south,
slightly
huh?
southwest.
All right. In that case, let me roll some stuff.
Okay.
All right. You continue to head down south, following the direction the raft came from. Now, because you're water walking and stopping to re-water walk whenever it becomes relevant, you're making good progress along the deep, brackish, muddy swamp water. And then the trees start becoming less and less thick and open up to a wider area of water, beyond which you can see some docks.
F.
Weren't we supposed to avoid the docks?
We can still avoid the docks.
No, I'm
We
saying
can
we
keep
can,
our-
yeah. Just clarification.
Yes.
Docks are a thing we avoid, yeah.
Yes.
So technically, you're not in the middle of battle yet, but for those of you who care to look ahead towards the docks, you see a lot of moving shapes. Like, a lot of moving shapes.
Ooh, immediate
So-
fear.
Let's go around.
Okay. And then
Give the docks a wide berth.
That.
You back the hell up.
it's like looking at a venomous snake.
Giant venomous snakes.
Yeah. Those of you who could see the shapes, they were hulking shapes, like 6 foot at the smallest, a lot of them edged closer to 7, some closer to 8. Those were big, damn lizards moving through the swamp
Tower
water.
over half of our party.
Are you
Mhm.
saying that I am not big and hulking?
Yes.
You're not.
No,
you're
you're
literally
not.
not.
in comparison to the
That
rest
was a
of the party,
joke.
What does that taste like?
You have a sense of humor? Holy shit, let me get some notes down. Let me study this.
All right, so edge of the swamp is southwest. Going further into the trees is southeast.
I think southeast.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they said.
All right.
I agree.
To avoid, yeah.
I apologize. A smart home assistant started talking to me. Southeast, yes?
How fucking dare it? Yeah, go for it.
I can't believe GPSs exist in Irion.
Wow!
Turn left at the river. Don't die.
Avoid lizard folk.
Avoid lizard folk. All
Comes
right.
into contact with folk. Recalculating. Recalculating.
Recalculating. You go around where the river opens up and head towards the southeast, making sure to avoid anything that looks like it steps out into the open in case you alert, rather, that horde of lizards.
Oh, terrifying.
It's still pretty slow going, considering it's thick swampland, even if you can walk across it. And as you keep going, you pass by what looks to be a small hammock between two trees, high above the swampland, surrounded by a couple of bark-growing plants and like moss, for lack of a better word. A unused campfire sits below the hammock, and it does not appear to be occupied.
An unused campfire, you said?
Unused campfire, yes.
Does not appear to be occupied.
Lies. No.
I cast see invisibility.
Ooh.
I will assume that the fact that it's been built means that it might be intended to be occupied.
That's actually a good point.
Is the ground firm enough to see anything like tracks or anything like that?
Make a survival check.
Oh, heck.
Hey, does somebody want to help me with that? Surely
I'll
I can't
do
have been
that.
the only one who had that thought.
Yeah, I'll give you a help action.
Great.
Okay. 7 actually would have spotted tracks. It's very easy to find tracks among mud. There are a couple of tracks going in various directions in and around the campfire and hammock area. Look to be boot prints.
Oh.
Medium humanoid sized boot prints.
Don't think anyone would be able to determine its make just from the print alone, so...
I could try? Maybe these were Stranger's companions he was talking about.
Perhaps.
Oh, yeah. Does it look like it's been looted?
Make an investigation check.
Alright.
Ooh, I'll give you assistance on that.
Oh, ta. Bear with me, my thing's been slow.
No worries. You got this, hon.
Thanks, hon. Investigation. There we go.
Okay. You take a careful look around the makeshift campsite. Looks like, even though the campfire is unused, it wasn't like interrupted, because there's no real sign of anything like having attacked the place. No signs of struggle, no signs of anything being taken. It does smell strongly of like perfume. Not especially fragrant or beautiful smelling perfume, but it's definitely different from the smell of swamp.
Right. Which implies there's someone else here then, perhaps.
Does the perfume smell like... never mind.
Of, like, anything in particular.
Yeah.
17 investigation, you wouldn't know.
Fuck. Who's got a good nose?
kind of. I'll give it one try. I'll give it the old college try.
My nose is made for snapping, not smelling.
Alright, let's do this. Investigation, right? Okay.
Perception.
Yeah.
Perception. Okay, never mind. Ignore that.
You fool!
Sorry.
Fuck your investigation, Si.
You take a sniff. This is not just perfume. This is alchemical stuff, likely poisonous.
Oh! Perfume my ass!
It's been artificially altered to smell like not poison, but it's definitely poison.
We don't like!
That mean... Does that mean anything, if I sniffed it then?
You take enough of a sniff to know, hey, I should probably stop that.
Oh, it's in the air, shit.
Okay. That's not...
This could be a trap then.
That's a
Well,
very good point. We should probably
If nobody's here now, then it implies they'd be coming back. So I think we should take the opportunity we have with, people not being here and fuck off.
Yes.
Just
I
about to
agree.
say, we should probably fucking leave.
Alright.
Then fucking leave we shall.
You haul ass past the campsite. And as you get further and further towards the southeast, a faint mist hovers above the waters of the deep bog. Like, not enough to impair your vision, but it's definitely still noticeable.
It just gets worse, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to...
Hold on. Let me check.
Does it look like that there's something emerging from the fog?
Make a perception check.
Fuck again, okay.
Ooh, guess who has the spell Detect Poison and Disease prepared?
Oh boy.
Let me roll back just a wait, are you gonna do anything with that first of all, or...
I mean, I'm gonna cast it so I can see what kind of poison this is.
We just roll back.
Zoop. Oh god, it's time travel again!
I'm still doing the perception. I'm still keeping my perception roll.
I will keep that perception roll in mind, yes.
Okay.
Alright. You fly close enough for Detect Poison and Disease to take effect. This is an artificially made disease known as vampire rot. It basically...
dear.
It is made from the heart of a vampire and simulates the negative effects of being a vampire, namely extreme vulnerability to running water and sunlight.
Oh.
So I immediately go like, back the fuck away, and then I relay this information to the party.
Santiago in
where's-
the distance. The fuck was that?
What's the source of this poison?
The heart of a vampire.
The heart of a vampire.
No, I mean, where is it coming from currently from us again?
Currently, it is up towards the hammock.
I could bottle that shit and sell it.
No, please don't go near it.
I have alchemical tools. I can walk up. I could bottle a little bit of it, and then I have cure poison and disease too. Wait, no, sorry, I had detect. I assume you have cure poison and disease. So if I get fucked up, give it to me too. Also, I have lesser restoration, so I can always remove a disease from myself.
I do
I'm
not
just-
have cure poison and disease.
Okay, well I have lesser.
have to get out of here first.
No, do it, coward.
Oh, I just got challenged. Fucking doctor slap on my rubber gloves, take out my alchemist tools, and I want to go try and bottle some of this shit, Alex, if I can.
We have time.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
We have time?
Yeah, we have time.
So you start climbing up towards the hammock, pulling out, vials and stuff, waving them around towards what you assume is an airborne disease.
Yes, I am trying to use my alchemical tools to basically, how do I phrase this? Using chemical reagents to essentially trap the airborne pathogens of this disease in a solution that can be bottled and then distilled later to get it out.
Okay. alchemical supplies with dexterity, because it's everywhere and you have to be very careful being so high up in the air?
That is totally valid. Can I use Jabidi to help me too?
Sure.
Cool. Let me, first of all, hold on. Okay, this is going to be with Dex. Cool. With advantage, you say? Oh no. Whatever will I do? Just that insult to injury, I'm going to make that a 27 with Flash of Genius.
All right. You needed a 30.
Fuck! Someone get quick! Someone bless me!
Hold on. Do I have bless?
No, it's ad hoc. Fuck! No!
No,
Damn
no,
it.
I do have bless.
But he didn't do. No, it's gone. The moment's passed.
The moment is past now.
Unless Alex will allow it, I don't think that'll work.
And no, you tried for enough
shit.
time, but you don't think there's enough here to make a usable sample.
God fucking damn it, motherfucker! Fucking shit.
But with a 27, at least you
Sample.
don't have any risk of catching it.
Hey.
Okay, fine. I dejectedly go back to the group.
Don't.
Alright, cool, you got your sample, now let's get out of here.
I didn't get my sample. Fuck you! And I storm off.
no, Scam got sample, but not a usable sample.
You fucking dick! And I just walk away.
And then time travel back to the fog.
Stop it!
Yeah.
I want to get off.
Malifane, you peer through the fog. It's over the bog to see if there's anything coming at you from below, because fog's over the water. You can see some flashes of movement in the nearby trees very, very far off. But you can also, when looking around Malifane, see piles of bones gathered up along what qualifies as a swamp shoreline.
Oh. Were those there before?
This is when you got to the fog, so...
So this is the first time we're here.
This is the first time you're here.
My
Yeah.
bad, I thought this was an area we were already occupying. Okay.
No. You time traveled back to the furthest you've gotten into the swamp, and you're pretty sure you're not lost.
Whiny bullshit.
Because you've got an actual map of Irion, now you're pretty sure you're not lost.
Yeah.
You've got a river to follow, too. Oh, carefully, of course. Anyway.
What do you think? Cannibal or swamp ghost?
I thought it was Cannibal or Bone Crusher.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe we got fucking lucky and skirted by both. Probably not, but
I'm
one
just
can
gonna
hope.
go out on a limb here and say that, probably not the Cannibal. Just being honest.
Let's hope.
Considering the fog?
Considering it.
I'm just saying I have my guesses.
Oh, alright, sorry. I thought you were going to elaborate. Well... So do we want to try and get stealthy, have someone scout ahead a bit, or just keep trying to go through, or any ideas?
I mean,
I rolled so well that I'm really afraid to make a stealth check now.
That's
Oh,
not how
hell.
probability works.
No, but it's how my luck works.
I mean, if anyone's particularly worried, about their stealth checks, I can cast Enhance Ability on you, so you at least get advantage.
Oh yeah.
So, is there anyone here who does not feel confident in their stealthing abilities?
I could do it.
Scam
Good.
says to the guy, someone who has disadvantage on stealth checks.
Corellian stares at the other person who has disadvantage on stealth checks.
Alright, fine. I'll do it anyway.
I mean, I'm not gonna use it all. I'm not gonna.
No,
Are
don't
we
use
all just
I have,
bad?
I have a fucking 12 in stealth.
Oh, then you're
My
fine.
G.
You're fine.
Hey, Corellian,
Mm,
you want to be sneakier?
might as well.
Look, I'd recommend closing your eyes for this.
I don't like
Trust
Corellian
me.
does not close their eyes. In fact, they look Scam directly in the eyes.
Scam takes out a bicycle pump, a tube, and a needle. Are you sure you don't want to close your eyes?
What, do you need an arm or something?
I need specifically your left ankle.
The ankle? Sure, I guess. Why not?
And I'm gonna cast Cat's Grace on Corellian through an unspeakable means. So now you have advantage on dexterity checks. Wow, who's hungry?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hold on. That was audible. Who was that?
Pretty sure that was the soundtrack.
Oh.
Was it? It sounded like someone's
That
stomach
sounded like
just
someone
fucking
else.
rumbled.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, who hasn't eaten?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of lizard growls in the sound in this soundtrack.
Oh, that's it then. Okay, cool. Yeah, so then Dex. So you'll have advantage on your Dex checks, Corellian. I will also do the same on myself. So
You really just like hurting yourself, Scam, don't you?
shut the fuck up. And just the bike pump was filled with chemicals. It's just an easy delivery method. And anyway, so stealth checks. Is that what we're rolling?
Stealth checks.
Yeah.
Cool. I love how Corellian and I have
Congrats.
just flat checks right now.
31.
Let's see. I will say. Hold on. Let me just see what I roll and what people roll before I start giving out.
If I say I guide Quintessa through the fog, could I give her a...
Wait, no. I
What do you mean, guy through the fog? You can see through the fog.
Yeah.
I do
I-
have inspiration. If I can use
Okay,
I
It's
also
okay, I'm sure
have,
mine will be
like-
lower.
you can.
that. Oh my.
Oh.
I would like to help even out the odds here. Alex, I have a question for you.
Yes.
A mechanical question for you. So Flash of Genius is a reaction. Does that mean I can only give it to one of these, or because we're not in combat, I can effectively give it to as many as I want to, just by spending it?
Since this is a group check and everyone's preparing to do it at the same time, I'll say it only applies to one.
Okay,
Alright.
then I'm going, just to help buffer the group average for this check, I will give the Flash of Genius to Corellian, so it's at least an 8, and might not fuck this over too much.
Might not.
Why not?
Maybe.
All
I'm
right.
not optimistic.
Cross your fingers.
You
Nope.
head further along the fog bank, along the trees, Corellian going clank, clank, clank as they walk.
I may have pumped a little too much into your ankle there. Sorry. You just drain it later, otherwise you're gonna get elephant foot.
Clank, clank, clank.
Just accompany that with a good sucking sound as you lift a foot out of the mud.
Ew.
We're walking.
You're walking on the surface. It's fine.
Scooch.
And as you move along, you hear this deep alligator growl.
Don't like that. Hi, Scam Likely. Nice to meet you.
Oh, for God's sake.
And you stop hearing the growl, along with some more phosphorescent moss has gathered in a makeshift circle. And the closest thing you'll get to a clearing for a while in this swamp. And you look out, and you see several hulking lizard folk, like 7 feet at the smallest, but the biggest one, covered in this armor of rib cages and bones and femurs, is this hulking 12-foot with shoulders like as broad as a horse, let's say, staring over at you.
Corellian, why are you blushing?
Fuck up.
I'll say in Draconic, by the way. I'll say in Draconic. Fuck, I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of some fucking lizard folk mannerisms here. I say
Think of Southern.
a pleasant, humble greeting to our physical superiors. Oh, lizard folk of these lands. I say out in Draconic.
Yeah. The big one turns to his compatriots and says, "Get a load of this one talking all fancy like. Must be one of their cousins from up north."
Wait, she said fancy like? Scamp says, "Oh, I assure you, I am in no way a fancy like individual."
Maybe you taste
Malifane
fancy.
says in what little draconic he has, it's true, he ain't.
Oh, it tastes good? Actually, I would like to testify that I can only speak for myself. I don't actually taste good. I am full of irregular chemicals. Like, I have really abused my system. I can't speak for the taste of my companions. They're probably better than myself. But who am I speaking to? Are you a cannibal or bone crusher? It's not technically a lie. I've literally.
You don't know how you taste.
I don't know how it tastes, and I'm speculating that because I've pumped my body full of chemicals and have just generally treated myself like shit for years, I probably don't taste good.
That's a valid hypothesis. Yes.
I am chock full of preservatives. And I say, who am I addressing? Are you Bone Crusher or the Cannibal? Because the bone aesthetic could go either way for me. I'm just being honest. No disrespect. Just want to know I want to know who has the honor of about to eat me.
Your fancy types have the honor of being Bone Crusher's dinner.
Bone Crusher, dude. Nice to meet you. Everyone say hi to Bone Crusher. He's going to be having us for dinner tonight.
Hi.
Corellian, feel free to jump in at any time. Mr. Bone Crusher. No, you know what? Fuck being fancy like. I'm not going to call you Mr. Bone Crusher. You are the Bone Crusher. You are a tremendous, you're a beefcake. Okay, we're being honest, you're a beefcake. And... like, am I wrong? I look at the other lizard folk like, am I wrong? Is he not a beefcake? This guy's a beefcake.
The lizard folk
fucking
growl.
quivering.
More alligator growls.
So you guys like food? Would you guys like, aside from us, I actually have a ton of food. And also, Mr. Bone Crusher. Sorry, I forget that I'm not supposed to be formal. Bone Crusher. You're a fucking huge dude. Yeah, Corellian, please speak up at any time.
I actually had a question for the DM.
Yes.
Are the lizard folk seeing us as gnomes? Because he mentioned cousins or something?
If you're
Can you address
speaking...
that?
If you're speaking in lizard folk dialect, he will just assume you know lizard folk. He does, in fact, see you as a gnome.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
So, hey, Bone Crusher, I have a potential... Shit, I'm trying not to speak fancy like. Hey, Bone Crusher, I have a proposition for you.
Jesus Christ.
My draconic accent's a little rough, okay? I haven't practiced it in a while. You are big and strong. You are mighty. You are the true undisputed champion of...
He starts stomping through the swamp water towards you.
Hey, you want to be bigger and stronger?
No.
I say, do you want to be even bigger? You want to be like twice as big as you currently are and even stronger?
He stops. Tell me
I wiggle my eyebrows a little bit, like, yeah, no. Bone Crusher, I am, as you so eloquently put it, one of them fancy types. I can't believe Scam has a southern drawl right now. One of them fancy types. But more so than just my dialect speakage, I am also fancy type in my deliberations of profession. And I am able to modify individuals to make them even stronger, even bigger, even better than they currently are. And Bone Crusher, let me tell you right now, you are a prime specimen. Oh, ye who is already so big, so strong, and so bad, you could be made even bigger, better, and badder to assert your dominance over even more of your kind, more so than you currently have been thus far.
Make a
Momo's
persuasion
just
check.
amazed right now. He's
I
just
will.
staring at him with this face like,
I'm mighty fine impressed, Scam.
As someone from the southern swamplands of Florida, I am thoroughly impressed.
Can I have Jabidi in the background, like being my silent like hype man, so I can get advantage of it?
Jabidi's like making like little muscle like movements. Like
Jabidi's muscles do not convince the slab of beef that stands before you.
So that's a no.
That's a no.
Okay. That's fine. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Persuasion. I have a plus. Oh, I have a +5 to this. All right. Please don't fuck me over, dice. This would be really cool if this works.
come on, shapes.
Come on, shapes.
Shapes.
Come on,
Hey!
shapes.
Hey.
And Flash of Genius 28.
His insight cannot beat that. His insight score cannot beat that.
Ah, so they're the same as other lizard folk in the sense that they're dumb as bricks.
Not true.
Ah, fair enough.
Wow.
Wow, that's just fucking
Yeah.
racist. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
Insight's a wisdom score.
So, yeah, so I just like a Scam finishes and like has Jabidi like just flexing in the background.
Tell me more.
Mr. Bone Crusher, I would be more than obliged to tell you more. So I'm just establishing that it is canon that when I'm speaking Lizard Folk Common, it is in a Southern Cajun accent. Is this canon? Is this what it's like? Okay,
The
cool.
Envy are
Thank you.
Cajun, yes.
Yeah, the Envy are Cajun. So I'm trying to appeal to their sensibilities. Bone Crusher, I would be more than happy to enlighten you. How about we do such enlightenments in the confines of your comfortable homage, so that we can be guests in your domain and treat you to fine food that is not our flesh. I am willing to supply you and your kind with as much food as I am capable of providing, in addition to the services I have already mentioned.
Step into the ring.
Hell yeah! Hey guys, step into the hey yo guys, step into the ring. I think I got it in Corellian. Heard everything. For those of you who don't speak language, I think we're good. Just don't fuck off.
If it's draconic, I understood it.
Oh, okay, good.
I understand a little bit of Draconic.
Great. So Momo, what happened was okay.
I was just standing there in pure terror.
Yeah. All right. So they want us to step into the ring.
Okay. We'll do it. Step in the ring.
Don't
Do it.
panic.
Cannot tell a lie. I'm panicking.
All right. Well, yeah, let's go in the circle.
I don't want to do this.
Mr. Scam, since you are ambassador, how would you go first?
Yeah, sure. I walk in.
What does he have to lose?
Why are you talking like that?
Does this ring look like it's like used for anything in particular, or is it just a ring of phosphorescent moss?
Make a nature check.
I'll give you advantage on that.
I'll give you advantage on that.
All right, I will take
I'll
that
give
if
you
possible.
advantage
Then.
on that.
Oh, hey, you know the dialect too, huh?
This particular clearing shows a couple of signs of use. Like, there used to be trees here, but a couple of them have just been, like, ripped apart, pushed over, and cleared out. And there is a lot of signs of, like, lizard folk activity passing through and struggling here. You would guess this is used as a makeshift arena.
Nice. Okay.
So go in. Let's go.
Come on in.
I'm waiting for someone else to move.
Scam, go first. You're our ambassador.
My patience
Oh, I thought
is draining.
I thought I could go first. Okay, no, yeah, I'll move my token. 7 in the circle.
Right. Yep.
Took my spot.
Howdy.
That's best.
Alright.
It's not in the circle.
Bone Crusher looks down at all of you, towering over you. So first, you say you can make me bigger.
Oh, I can, Bone Crusher.
Oh gods, he can.
Show me.
I can. Before I show you what I'm capable of, Bone Crusher, I would like to establish that what I'm about to do will be, for this demonstration purposes, so you can understand my abilities, is exceptionally temporary. So, just so you don't think that I've given you a blessing and that all my usefulness and the usefulness of my companions is expanded. Are we in agreement over that? That this is a show? So we understand each other?
The water rumbles around him as he growls.
Oh man, you are a tremendously large individual, aren't you?
That's actually really cool, because alligators can actually vibrate the water around them.
Yeah. So, I step out to him and I go, Bone Crusher, let me bequeath unto you a temporary arrangement, and just so you understand that this one, if any harm comes to me or my companions, this effect will cease. We don't want that. I want Bone Crusher to be bigger than he currently is. And I'll just begin taking out my chemicals. I'm gonna try to small talk a little bit as I'm getting my components prepared. So Bone Crusher, tell me about yourself. Did you earn the name Bone Crusher from crushing bones, or were you bequeathed the title from birth?
My jaws are mighty. Break apart a tiny man's skeleton.
He looks over at Quintessa.
Like hers in one bite.
Well,
I don't doubt that.
Truly a testament to your strength, because I assure you, Bone Crusher, her bones are dense, including the skull region, if you know what I mean. And I, continue. That is a testament to your true strength in your jaws, and I look upon a truly mighty pair of chompers on your face. Scam is really just stalling as he's working here, but yeah, so okay, cool. I get some meals ready. Now, in order for this to take, I'm going to have to inject you between the space on your scales. Is that all right with you, Mr. Bone?
If you're worried your little toys will hurt me, let me assure you they won't.
Oh, I'm not. I don't.
Sorry.
I don't expect that I'll hurt you, Bone Crusher. I just don't do jabbing you with needles without your permission.
While he's prepping this, Malifane is just looking around. Looking at his general surroundings. Do the lizard folk look armed? Is it just their natural, whatever? What is going on?
These lizard folk looked armed. The ones covered in black scales have huge, hulking, spiked clubs, while the ones that are not Bone Crusher have javelins. Bone Crusher himself has an axe that is roughly as large as you.
And does it look like there are more of them other than the ones that are currently present, or?
Looks to be a pretty small gathering for right now.
Okay, thanks.
Now, Mr. Bone Crusher, I begin injecting in different areas across the vials. Once I finish giving you the chemical reagents for this show of this display of ability, you're gonna feel a little weird sensation. Don't resist it, otherwise it will not take effect. And then I say, as I'm finishing up, I say, also, additionally, do you also so tell me about your culture? I'm fascinated by your kind. I respect the might of you and your own. Any particular lizard folks in these parts that you are enemies of, that I can aid you in destroying utterly?
All of them are in my belly.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm yeah, high five.
BAM! He just smacks all of you.
Why all of us?
It's like a domino effect. Just topples
when
us
I
all
say
down.
all of you, I mean his hand is roughly as big as your torso, Scam, so his high five just smacks you across the whole body.
Yeah, bam.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yo. I turned to the part, but I got a high five from the guy. We're doing good. All right, Mr. Bone Crusher.
Good for you.
I need you to kneel down because his final injection's into you.
Bam! Bam! He gets down on all fours, so his face gets right up to yours.
Scam does not often make insight checks. So this is a rare occurrence.
Oh no.
Scam wants to know if the intention here is that this guy is going to fuck us over, or if he has ill intent towards us after this effect, even though I persuaded him and have laid out some terms. I want to know what his vibe may be.
Okay.
Scam doesn't often do this, but he's feeling.
Is Scam making it apparent that he's going to do this?
This is just me gleaning it through the conversation. If there's something you can do to help me, please do it.
I was gonna say if he's like making it at any point apparent to the party, then Malifin, yes, will give advantage and be like, yeah, I want to see where this is going.
Is that you can give me advantage?
The help action, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's up to Alex if is that okay, Alex?
Since Malifane is an anthropologist who specializes in people reading, I'll say because it's Malifane.
Cool.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. Cool.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's obvious by the line of questioning that I'm really trying to gauge the fucking situation here, which is a rare moment for Scam. With my -2 insight, 13 plus 4 is a 17. I'll do another Flash of Genius.
All right, so 17, Flash of Genius. You're in a really bad position. You're surrounded by lizard folk, and if anything were to go down, you get the feeling all of them would try and curb stomp you into the mud.
Yeah, but I'm not getting.
But.
Yes.
You get the feeling that you have successfully persuaded Bone Crusher that you can, in fact, make him bigger. So he is waiting for that part of the deal before he continues talking about further terms.
Great, awesome. I will inject him right in his left ear sound hole canal that lizards have, and I will cast Enlarge Reduce on him with the Enlarge property to make him double his size.
Man.
He increases by another size category, so he'll go from large to huge.
He's about as big as some of the trees around here now. Is this?
Scam turns to the other lizard folk and yells in Draconic, "Bow before the mighty Bone Crusher!"
The lizard folk stare in awe as Bone Crusher stands up to his full height now, roughly around like 20 feet tall, and looks down upon you.
I bow my head in supplication.
I think in order to play along, Malifane will bow.
Yeah, looking mighty fine.
Please stop talking like that.
You just hear a bunch of guttural draconic sounds in a Cajun accent.
Now, about that food y'all mentioned.
Yeah, indeed. I got some.
Well,
is that? That's the next part.
Stem.
Yeah, got you. Do you have? Quick question, Bone Crusher. When it comes to food, do you have? I can also, in conjunction with this, I'm also able to make a sizable amount of water. So, do you men have some vessels? Because otherwise, the water, it's clean water that's also going to spill out entirely. So, why don't we bring some vessels, and I will bring forth several pounds of
Where
food.
is the food?
I summon it into being, mighty Bone Crusher.
Do it.
Okay. Shit. Fuck. Okay, I'll waste 30 gallons of water. I can do this multiple times, Bone Crusher. I will cast Create Food and Water, so I create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water nearby, just splash against the ground.
I love the Create Food and Water sound effect.
For the spell. Yes.
Now, it doesn't say that. All I know is that the food is, like, kind of bland.
Yeah, it's flavorless.
Yeah, it's flavorless. However, it doesn't specify what it looks like, so... I don't want to have it look like cuts of meat, because obviously that might be disappointing to these guys, but, like, I don't want it to be, like... I wanted something that will be, like, appealing to a lizard folk to look at.
Does Momo
like,
know that it's bland and stuff?
Yeah, you
cast
can
the
eat
spell?
You've definitely been fed fruit from this spell.
In that case, Momo's going to cast Prestidigitation on the rations to make them taste like
I think
meat.
you can only affect up to 3 items with prestidigitation is the problem.
3 items.
I'll do the ones that he's eating.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's actually really cool that we had this fucking dynamic going.
Wait, Quintessa can also cast Prestidigitation.
So we're just gonna be like seasoning their food for them all day?
Rapidly snapping as Bone Crusher, as the food appears, dives down, scoops up like 5 pounds of it in his mouth, and starts chowing them.
Now, as you might, and so we'll flavor it a little bit, but Scam will, with all honesty, say, now Bone Crusher, as you might be able to tell, it is, unless untreated by me and my companions or other spices and whatnot, rather bland. But I think you will find that this will be one of the even one bits of this is one of the most nourishing meals you will consume. I think your belly will feel quite content.
So I'm going to have Bone Crusher make a wisdom check to see if he has a good idea about what to do.
Oh
Heck.
no, I don't like this whatsoever. No!
Now, hold on. Let me ask you this. This is actually, I'm asking the party. You rolled an 18.
Wait.
Do we feel...
Disregard that check. Disregard it entirely, because the more I think about it, the more I think this would need to be an intelligence check instead.
Okay, same thing goes for the party. Party, I want to talk to the party here for a second. Do we feel that a high check is a good check for him, and that or do we feel that the lower is better?
Could go either way.
You can
Honestly.
see the gears in his head slowly turning.
I'm slowly willing to give him... I'm willing to give him Flash of Genius if we think a higher number is better for him.
I'd say...
I can have someone make an insight check.
I can
Please,
do
someone
it!
make an insight check, please.
Absolutely.
I'll do it.
Absolutely.
I have a +8.
I have a +11.
You want to do it together? I'll give you an
Advantage.
Sure.
Go for it.
Alright.
Oh, I want to know if lower is better or higher is better.
Go on.
Alright, here we go.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
This
do
is
it.
going
I,
better than I
wait.
expected.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
I'll
you said
give
it
you
with
an-
advantage.
I
Never
gave
mind,
you
never
an
mind.
advantage.
Never mind. I forgot. I will also roll an additional dice with my studious eye. So
Okay.
that's a +8. That's a +8.
Okay, 20
So,
insight.
20.
Okay, that's not
You
too
get the
bad.
feeling that if Bone Crusher figures out he can just keep you there to keep making food and making him bigger, he'll have zero intention of letting you go anywhere.
What is the
Not-
alternative? Is the alternative that he just kill us?
You with the 20 insight, you don't see Bone Crusher as particularly smart, but the question relies on if you can give a good reason to give him enough and then pass through, rather than
Cool.
having him immediately decide, no, I'm never going to let them pass through.
So the higher he rolls here is more likely of him figuring out. Oh, I
The
can just keep
higher result, if he got a 15 or higher, he would have figured out, yeah, I'm just going to keep you guys.
Oh, cool. Then I'm just gonna let him process it as is and let him stay with the 12.
Yeah.
All right.
And you
So-
wanted to give him a splash of genius.
Scam is sweating buckets.
The lizard folk head into the clearing and start chowing down on some of the food, and Bone Crusher looks down on you.
More.
Yeah, sure thing. Snap my fingers. I'll do another 45 pounds and 30 gallons wasted.
They continue eating the food.
God.
By my calculations, I think that technically is enough to keep them fed for the day, but Bone Crusher looks up again.
More.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God.
Absolutely, Bone Crusher. Snap my fingers and cast it again.
I
Sorry,
lean over to
Sorry, did you say
Scam.
toll troll?
The
I
toll
lean
is now
over-
3 coins.
I lean over to Scam and I'm just. Maybe since you did this for them, you can ask him about the flower and where we could find it.
I don't think this guy knows about the flower, but I'll gauge. We'll see. Well, I'm seeing how this goes.
Okay.
The lizard folk continue eating.
Cool.
They're not looking at you.
Cool.
I can't believe this is happening.
All things considered, this is good. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
thinking this is
yeah.
pretty good. Yeah. As you can see, Bone Crusher, that this food is very nourishing. It fills the belly.
His mouth is full of a lot of meat, so he just opens it, some splashes down onto you.
Pretty talented for a walking appetizer.
Thank you very kindly, Bone.
Oh,
I consider myself more of an hors d'oeuvre, but I take the highest praise from you that I am, in fact, an appetizer.
Oh shit.
Ain't that sweet?
Oh, shit.
He called you a walking
What?
appetizer.
I double-checked how long Enlarge Reduce lasts.
Oh no!
It's up to an hour.
Well, we
is
did
it-
tell him it would be temporary.
and look, I saw up to a minute.
Yeah, I thought it was a minute.
What?
Nope, it's enlarge reduce. It's an hour. Hold on, let me look. It might be a minute. Hold on. Maybe I got it confused. Either way, I did say it was very temporary for this display. So I did preface with that. Enlarge reduce. Oh, it is up to a minute. Shit. Okay.
Fuck.
I thought it was an hour. My bad. But hey, I did say it was temporary. And then Scam forgot that it was a minute, so he just like he plays it off as like yeah, oh yes, yeah, there we go. As I said, temporary for this display, Bone Crusher.
Because
Would
you
I
had
have-
such a high persuasion roll, he looks very disappointed, but at least understands the temporary nature.
Aw.
Yes. Now, Bone Crusher, I have given you food. And I can do so again another time if you and your men would like some more. I would humbly request, though, that you spare our meager, delicious little lives so we may proceed on our way through these territories with your blessing and we can come back and deliver the rewards as promised, in addition to other foodstuffs.
Persuasion with advantage.
No,
Fuck yeah.
Yes! Fuck yeah, I love Scam!
Hey, man, when he's useful, he's really
Yeah.
useful.
When he is useful, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So persuasion with advantage. Oh no, I have a +5. What will I ever do? And also because thus far today has been pretty decent, I will use my I've used 2 Flash of Geniuses so far, I believe. So I will
Yes.
use my 3rd one on myself to make it another 27.
Oh, my dude.
Just really hitting it high.
The water rumbles again as Bone Crusher growls.
I guess you spared yourself from being the dinner.
I just bow my head, a little tip of my hat. Thank you kindly, oh mighty Bone Crusher. By any chance, Mr. Bone Crusher, do you also happen to know anything about this weird flower called the something Mori? I said, Xander forgot what it actually was called.
Mortis Memoria.
So I'm referring. I'm just. Thank you. The Mortis Memoria, which just sounds so good in this dialect.
Terrible seasoning.
I have heard. Well, thank you very kindly, Bone Crusher. And to the rest of your men, you are all a delight, and we are standing here in awe of your strength and fine breeding. Well, we'll be on our way. And just like what?
Immediately just turn around,
Briskly.
haul ass out of there.
Scam.
Wow.
Scam, I mean, Momo is going to like grab him and just hug him like, you are a bloody fucking genius!
My name is Scamuel Thelonious Likely, and I am a goddamn businessman!
Wait till you hear the translation, Momo. Holy shit.
God.
Do tell me what you fucking said, because you literally saved our asses back there!
I haven't
He
made a sale
essentially
that good.
said, "We'll be back to give you more food."
Yeah, I haven't exactly sold somebody that hard since my days in Mirandu, back before I was kicked out. Fuck. Okay, I'm a little rusty, but I think... Hold on, hey,
You know,
Rusty!
for managing to make a deal with the lizard folk I was fully prepared to run a boss battle for, Scam, you have fully played to your background, get inspiration.
Yes! Scam takes off his hat,
Yeah!
runs the hand through his sweaty hair, and I go up to Krelly and say, "Hey, Krelly, can you hold this hat for a second?"
Caroline holds the hat.
I turn around and just throw up into the marsh. Just fully vomit.
Malafane turns to Quintessa. Does prestidigitation work on that also?
I mean, it might, but I'm not bothering.
Yeah, the marsh is already filthy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
I feel good. I haven't actually. Wow, I feel really, really good right now, you guys. I haven't done something like that in a while.
Tell me
Caroline-
the translation. What did you tell him?
I'll fully enlighten Momo on all the details.
His mind just looks expanded. He looks like blown away. Just
Wow, big brain Momo.
you are just. It's big brain time.
I have my moments. Why?
That was incredible.
I think my heart stopped for like a good 5 minutes back there.
I think I had something several times.
I didn't know that I could speak Draconic so well.
That was
I
impressive.
mean, I knew I could speak Draconic, but my lizard folk dialect, I've never actually spoken like that before. I don't know where that came from. It was just like deep inside me.
I am.
How did you learn Draconic anyhow?
Oh, fun story. I actually didn't learn it. It actually just kind of came to me, you know? It was one of those things that came with the whole being touched by Dragatha, you know? So I just suddenly gained an understanding of the Draconic language.
It's understandable, I guess, and whatever makes sense. But well done, and fucking hell.
I think I might have enough clout to open up a trade deal with these lizard folk.
I don't know if you should push it. Caroline sort of like gives Scam like a heavy like pat on the shoulder and puts Scam's hat back on.
Thanks, Corellian.
Well, we've gotten through that. Now what?
Let's get going while the getting's good.
Yep.
All right. The sun sets, and you trudge deeper and deeper into the swamp.
Woo!
As you go, the branches, the roots, the bark, everything about the trees becomes like gnarled and rotting and twisted every direction you look. It's like something happens to these trees beyond just swamp rot and decay.
Can I make a nature check?
Sure.
Does anyone want to help me out with that?
I'll give you advantage.
Yes.
Mm.
Not too bad.
Those are some twisted ass trees. You ain't seen trees this twisted ass before.
Tweez!
I haven't seen
Please.
this twisted before.
Oh,
Please.
it's spooky tweez. You're so off weight. Ooh, woo.
Ooh, it's tweet spooky.
Cease.
I have never seen trees like this before.
Yeah, they get pretty creepy.
This is beyond bizarre.
It's a swamp. Of course it's going to be bizarre.
All right. Do you keep going, or do you want to keep seeing if there's something up with the trees?
I can fly up real quick and see.
Yeah,
That might be good.
All right.
that won't end badly at all.
I mean, depends. It's gotten us through so far.
Momo, you fly up above the tree-lined canopy. From what you can tell, Momo, a lot of the branches aren't stretching up towards the sky, but like hanging down. Not necessarily from the weight of age, just like it seems they growed to droop and point downward.
Oh, so kind of like a weeping willow.
Kind of like a weeping willow. Yes.
Just much more decrepit and
Yeah.
nasty looking.
At angles that trees normally don't go, yes.
I see. Okay, he flies back down. He says, how far away did this, like, how far along did this go?
Basically, For a while, like at least a mile.
These trees go on for at least. Should we set up camp or something?
You might be an idea. I really fucking expended myself back there.
Yeah.
Might help. Might
Can
be
magic
useful.
circle keep anything I say, or just magic things?
It's only, if, as per the spell, it's only celestials, fae, fiend, undead, and aberrations, I believe.
Nice. Okay, thank you.
None of which lizard folk are.
Yeah, those folk are humanoids.
In that case, won't be of any use. However, I can keep watch. My list.
All right, so you find the closest thing you'll get to a dry spot, and struggle quite mightily, but eventually manage to light a campfire.
Yikes!
All
So
right.
humid.
Doesn't surprise me, considering we're in the middle of a swamp.
I know.
Okay, so now that camp is set up, who is taking which watch?
I cast alarm around the perimeter again, just so we're all...
God bless. I'm going to
Kosher on that
go
front.
take first watch.
I
Okay.
could take either second or last. Depending.
Sure, I'll take second then.
All right. So, first watch, roll perception.
Okay.
Yeah, 17's enough to spot. As night falls and you look around, you see through the trees in the darkness floating wisps of light darting in and out of view.
Do I know what these are?
Make an Arcana check.
Will-o-wisps.
Yeah, you've heard of will-o-wisps before. They're basically floating swamp spirits that glow and guide travelers.
Huh. As I wake Corellian up for the second shift, I tell him about the will-o-wisps and I explain what they are if he doesn't know what they are already.
No, I can't say I've ever heard of them. I've not really been in swamps before much.
I've heard about them in
Thanks
stories
for-
before.
Oh?
Yeah.
It's good to know there's something benevolent out here, I guess.
I know. Hope your watch goes well.
Me too. Get some rest. And Krellin will take watch with Mosca.
Okay. The wisps have faded by now, but thanks to Momo pointing out that they are there, you saw them like before they went to go somewhere else. Other than that, your watch passes without any real incident.
Alright, and that was Melvin on third, so I'll go wake him up. Watch time. Quiet so far.
Thank you. Alright, let's see. Perception.
Nice.
All right. In the distance, you can hear the sounds of something moving through the water. Something big. Not towards you, like, at first kind of parallel to where you are, and then away from you. So there was something in the area, but whatever it is, it doesn't seem interested in, like, going to the camp.
Was it making any particular noise, or...? Cool. Okay.
Yes, that noise. I am familiar.
That noise. The noise of...
Thank you.
Well, I don't have a high enough nature to infer what it is, so I'm just gonna count my lucky stars that it wasn't coming for us and just continue watch.
All right. The rest of your watch is uneventful. And, well, by the fact that you're all slowly but surely awake, you would guess morning comes. There is no light that goes through the swamp trees.
I'm gonna cast light on my, the bottom feathers of my wings.
Ooh.
Oh, a little warning next time, please.
Sorry.
I'm
blind.
Didn't think it would be that bright.
Just used to the murk. It's
I
fine.
understand. He kind of dims the light a little bit, so it's kind of like a salt lamp or something.
Thanks.
My apologies.
Everyone sleep okay?
As best as I could. I keep forgetting that I'm disguised, and I still think that I'm gonna be chicken dinner for some of these lizard folk.
You have no idea how hard it was to not make any chicken dinner references.
I know! Alex!
Well, you're not a chicken, so I don't see how that would work.
As long as we stay on our toes, we'll be fine.
He kind of just ignores her. He doesn't talk to her at all, or even look at her, really.
That's fine.
Right.
Yep.
Sorry, were you saying something, Melvin?
Oh, I said what I needed to say.
So, I guess prime time to start moving and maybe even keeping an eye out for the flowers.
To the flower.
Okay.
To the flower.
Alright. You continue to walk through the deep, murky swampland, casting water walk so it's not absolute hell to trudge through. And eventually...
Consider it.
Yeah. Eventually, you spot a relatively dry spot of land that's very high elevated, and at the edge of it, on some wooden stilts and a bridge attaching it to a swamp cliffside, is this gnarled and twisted hut.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, that's promising.
God, I
Does
just
the
want
hut look like it's currently occupied?
Make a perception check.
Oh,
I'll
help.
give you advantage.
Advanced help, thank you. Perception.
Nice.
Okay. Not only do you hear a hissing from inside there and the sounds of movement from inside, you can also see the shadow of some large lizard folk in there, skinnier than the Bone Crusher, but still really, really tall, covered in, feathers and furs and an outfit glowing with this faint blue energy. And you can also see that shadow kind of flitting back and forth on the edge of the hut, looking down at you and then disappearing and reappearing on another edge of the hut.
I know exactly what this thing is. Well, we've encountered our next guest, and something tells me this isn't the ghost.
Oh, is it the
Oh!
cannibal?
Oh.
Oh, it's the fucking cannibal, isn't it?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but as much as it would be an interesting thing to write about, I would rather not be associated with a cannibal.
Wait, sorry, did I miss, a step in logic here? What? Why is this the cannibal?
Because everyone else is assuming it is.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
It's still large.
No, this has to.
But it has feathers and fur. It eats
No.
other humans.
How do you know it does?
Ah, yes, the feathers and fur that lizard folk are known to have covering them.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My assumption here is that this is the lady we were trying to get to who might talk to us.
Yeah,
'Cause
didn't she
nothing
live
here-
in an old hag's hut?
Yeah, she did.
Oh.
She does.
I don't remember that. I'll take
Oh,
a
yeah,
look.
I mean-
I don't
Oh,
remember
it was said extremely in clear detail. I think maybe just swamp fever.
It is pretty humid. Maybe the heat's getting to you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's not a dry heat either, so.
Oh,
It's a
humid
wet
heat is
heat.
the worst.
We're still speaking in character right now, aren't we?
Yes.
100%. Who is this guy talking with you? Who knows? Swamp hallucination.
We're in danger. We need to get cured.
I'll have
Well-
the shadow, like, dart back and forth so you can kind of get an idea of what this
Hot.
looks like.
Oh, okay. Ah.
Oops.
Oh, fuck me.
Well,
Oh. Do we go up and knock politely?
Yeah, that's our best bet.
The
Yeah.
fuck is...
Howdy ho.
I see a big old fucking lizard folk lady.
Yep. Yeah, that was her.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, she's a lizard folk. Oh, shit, okay.
Come on, let's just go already.
Oh, bollocks, right.
Just want to get this over with so we can go home as quick as possible.
Yeah.
You guys know what you want to say?
No.
Do you guys want me to
That's
talk
a-
again?
Yes, please. Yes,
Yes.
please.
I never thought I'd say
Yeah.
that, but yes.
you're not going to try and sell her anything, are you?
We'll see where the conversation takes us. Greetings!
You shout up at the hut on stilts. The
Perhaps we
shadow.
should go in-
Oh, I'll say it in Draconic.
Okay. You shout it up in Draconic, and then you hear back in Common. Well. Not
turn
often
back.
I get visitors down here.
Oh, you speak common.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I was actually kind of disappointed. I was really looking forward to the lizard folk voice again.
I was as well.
We are, yes, we are but humble travelers in these lands, coming to seek audience with your great reputation. Am I correct in assuming that I am speaking to Santajal?
You are correct, child.
Hey guys, turn back. Let's just go. Let's turn back. Let's leave. Maybe we should just get out of here.
Up.
Okay. Is she inside the hut, or am I hearing the voice from outside the hut?
There is a shadow on the edge of the hut that is animated
Gotcha.
and talking to you.
Gotcha.
Oh, I can see this in an animated
Sa-
movie.
Santajal, we are travelers through these swampy regions. We have dealt with one of your compatriots, Ganek the Bone Crusher, having passed through his territory.
Dealt with, have
What?
you? Dealt with, have you?
Well, no, he's not dead. We gave him food and convinced him not to kill us.
Pretty nice guy.
Yeah, all things considered, actually a pretty cool guy. But we have heard that you are the most amiable to discuss with as outsiders.
Well, that of course depends on what outsiders are looking for.
We heard you had a powerful amount of expertise with the magical arts, one would say. Is that correct?
Indeed, I am strong in the ways of the great primordial waste.
Well,
Metal, hell yeah.
We're looking for. Do we go for it? Do we just
No,
go
it's not-
for it? Or?
Well, we are glad to hear that your reputation that preceded you is completely accurate. We are coming to seek your wisdom.
What about, child?
Yeah, the Mortis Memoria, you ever heard of
We're
it?
looking for.
thank you.
Mighty powerful tonic, that one. lets me see some great visions, make sure that my friends are my friends. What would you want with it? Y'all have some friends you're questioning?
More accurately, we got some friends who need extra precautions warded against.
We got a friend who can't answer any questions, so we have to find the answer somehow.
Yeah.
What an interesting little story y'all are telling me. Now, it's true that I might have some of this, but it's such a very rare plant, I can't possibly just art with it for free.
Yeah, how much you want?
So you wish to bargain?
Would you like an exchange?
Now, I'm sure, having gotten this far in the Envy territory, you know that we have certain hungers. And I know there's one of y'all that you like the least. There's one in every adventuring party. Leave him behind for a bite. And I might be considering parting with my precious Mortis Memoria.
Oh.
All right, Jabidi, you heard him. Stand
Yeah, I was
by.
gonna say!
I cannot eat a thing of cloth, little gnome.
Well, not with that attitude.
Fair. Can we have, like, a good couple minutes to, like, confer as a unit?
By all means.
Group huddle. All right, so let's bring this down logically. Okay, Malifane, you're out of the gate here. This is your mother. Presumably, it's only fair that you're allowed to talk to her after we bring her back. Okay, I'm obviously also out of the question because I said that.
Wait. Scam, are you actually seriously
So what I'm
talking
saying
about
is that
leaving
Quintessa
someone
should
behind?
make the absolute sacrifice.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that. Fuck
Hey,
off.
Quintessa, you were so keen on leaving Momo behind. Surely you'll stay behind for this one, right?
We're not doing this.
Really? I mean,
After Scam mentioned that leave him behind, he kind of like tightens up a little and then looks away.
I mean, I'd rather not, if that could be avoided.
Nobody here is going to be consumed. There has to be another way.
What if it's only a limb?
Well, I think they said somebody.
Yeah.
I think they said a whole person.
You could
You're
give him
offering
each
me
and
a
then he could-
hors d'oeuvre when I want the main course.
Okay.
Okay. I have. Hold on. Bear with me here. Excuse me. Oh wait, never. Sorry. Pause. So fuck. Backtrack. No, never mind.
You're not excused.
I realized that Revivify needs a whole body. Never mind. I was gonna suggest that we could you kill. Yeah. Damn it. We need an intact body for that shit. I'm not quite capable of cloning people yet either. So, does anyone have a pet with them? Is there is there an animal with us?
No.
Damn it.
Avoid looking at Momo. Sorry.
Scam kind of eyes Moshka a little bit.
No.
I deliberately did not bring Moshka into the swamp. Moshka would not like it here.
Okay. Well, okay. We don't exactly have many good options here. I'm just saying that I would like to not fight this lady. I just speaking plain here. But I also understand why you guys are hesitant to leave Quintessa to be devoured. So, no offense, Quintessa.
No, none taken.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll just try and convince her to give something else.
I'll try.
All right.
Is there nothing else we could exchange in return for your precious flower, oh, ghost of the swamp?
My palate is very discerning. Humanoid flesh from one of y'all, or nothing.
Okay, whole person, or will you accept a limb?
She already said she wouldn't accept a...
Well, now that you're officially talking to her,
You're offering me a hors d'oeuvre when I want the main course.
Shit.
Okay, sorry, Quintessa, get in there.
No, wait,
Nobody
hold on.
here is
Out of-
getting
hold on.
consumed.
Out of character.
Yes.
One of Momo's wings is like the size of him.
No.
No,
you're a gnome.
You're a gnome.
Yeah,
You're
but
no.
speaking out of
You-
the
you
disguise.
don't see- you don't-
Both out and in character. No.
No. both are
Quick,
resounding no.
let's kill the person who's going to be best at reviving people and destroy his body.
Yeah. Okay.
The only person,
okay,
for that matter,
okay.
who can revive people at the moment.
I'm just saying. Hear me out, by the way. Wait, so out of character, Jojo, you can only cast up to 5th level spells at the moment, right?
6.
6th level.
Oh, 6th level spells. Okay. When do you get 7th level spells?
Level 13.
Great. Freaking
'cause
question.
That's 2 more levels away. Okay, so I'm just saying. Momo will learn the resurrection spell. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. She eats the person. I can bargain that we keep their bones. I put their bones in the bag of holding, and then when Momo can cast resurrection, unless Corellian wants to give up their scroll, which I doubt, then we can just bring the person back. I know it's a really gruesome idea, but we can game the system.
You're a piece of shit.
I'll even do it. Like, I'll volunteer to, like, be eaten as long as it's under the pretense that some fucker's gonna resurrect me.
I don't think that it would be to anyone's benefit here to have one of us out of commission for that long.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying... No, wait, actually, no, what I'm saying. Corellian, I don't want to be insensitive when I say it like this. Your wife, we've established that we're going to bring her back. It's the thing that's gonna happen. I would never ask you to bargain that chance. Let me ask you this, though, and I'm not trying to be, circuitous and be a bit of a bastard, but I will ask you this earnestly. Do you want to bring your wife back in a world that is currently gripped in the throes of a war helmed by a mind flayer?
Scam?
Why?
Earnest question. I'm not being a bastard.
You have a right to ask earnest questions.
Yeah.
And,
Is this currently the world you want to bring her back into?
what I want doesn't have anything to do with it. I made a promise. That's it.
To
That's
bring her
that.
back. No. Absolutely. You made a promise to bring her back. That is absolutely fair. And I'm not even suggesting you break that promise. What I'm saying, though, and I'm asking you this earnestly, I'm not trying to lead you in a specific direction. I want to know your exact thoughts on this matter so I can decide what I'm thinking here. She is going to come back. You will bring her back. This is going to happen.
And I'll help no matter what.
Well,
But
no.
is it something
If possible, then no. Obviously, I wouldn't want Arion to be
Yeah.
under the control
So
of
what
a
I'm
mind
saying
flayer.
is, it's very likely that our little bird friend Momo here is going to gain that ability very soon in due time. Is it possible, I'm asking you sincerely, is it possible for us to game the system now with your scroll, and then once Momo is able to learn the spell for himself, we can come back and hopefully the world is in a better place for you to bring her back into, and you still bring her back into it? Is that even a possibility for you?
I don't think you understand what you're asking of me.
I do, and I know it's extremely heavy. I'm just wondering if it's possible. I understand if it isn't. I'm not trying to convince you otherwise. I'm just trying to fan out the options for how we can most effectively deal with this in this moment.
Carlian's sort of like,
Because I also promised I would help you bring your wife back no matter what. And despite all of my flaws, I've never reneged on my word.
And you know I'm always here to help you no matter what.
Agreed.
yes, I know, but damn scroll wording right now isn't even a fucking guarantee. Not to mention, it's not even a guarantee that she'll let us have the damn bone. She said
Okay.
leave the person.
Okay, let me ask real quick. Let me just ask, just to see. Hey, Santhajal!
Yes.
If we leave somebody behind for you to devour, 2 questions. 1, do they have to be alive, or can we give them to you already dead?
Well, if you want to do the job of killing him for me, be my guest, but
Cool.
I enjoy the
Question
feeling of wriggling.
Good, cool. Question two. If you devour this person, can we have the remains, the bones?
No.
Why?
I need them for various rituals of mine. I'm a busy woman,
Okay.
you know.
Okay, can we have 1 bone?
No.
I don't know what you expected.
Okay.
Carlian looks very relieved.
Fuck, okay. I think I was onto something there up until that moment. Fuck.
Damn it!
I was willing to be eaten. Let me just put that on the table. I'm
Yeah.
willing to be eaten as long as
I
there's a
would have
guarantee that I can come
wholeheartedly
back.
brought you back.
Yeah.
I would have probably given myself as well. Fuck.
Wait.
Nobody here is going
No,
to
hold
be...
on. Hold on.
That's
I
not
have an
up to
idea.
you, Malapin.
No, Malapin, it's 100% up to you. I just had an idea. Hold on. What if I give you guys one of my fingers?
We've been through this once already.
What, you have?
Carlian holds up their left hand, and there's a nice little scar.
Holy shit.
Around the
Okay.
pinky finger.
No, so I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, as long as you touch the remains, it will restore any missing body parts. So is it fair to say that if I gave you my pinky and you cast it with that, it would grow me back?
This is for which spell again?
Resurrection.
Sorry.
I have no
I think you need at least some part of the body, so resurrection would work with that, yes.
Yeah, it just says you touch a dead creature, so and it says it restores any missing body parts. So as long as you have a remains, I assume that'll work.
Probably? I think that works.
Okay, here's what I'm saying, you guys.
but the whole deal is that she won't accept
No.
anything less than the...
I know, but she hasn't seen us yet. What if I clip off one of my fingers, heal over the wound, and just say, I'm missing... I'll be lying then. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because
You're
I
gonna
will...
die regardless, yeah.
I'll die regardless. Okay, look, I'm just
Is it
saying-
reasonable to think that, she's not that far away? She's probably seen...
She... Make an Arcana check.
Okay. I can, make an Arcana check. I'll turn around. I'll actually scamble to ask her directly. Hey, Santhajal, quick question, just because I want to know. Let's say that I have people who are close to me, in theory, and I at least want them to have something to remember me by. If in theory I gave you my entire being, is it all right for me to remove one of my fingers just to send back to my family? In theory.
She 100% can see you through that shadow. And then, in response to the question, Santhajal, I guess y'all really don't want that Mortis Memoria that badly.
Shit.
You'd be fed. What's the problem?
What's your problem that you seem to have such trouble figuring out which one of you can just disappear?
Alright, Quintessa, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Oh my...
Take one for the team. I'll look after your library. Don't worry, I won't burn any more books. The ultimate sacrifice.
If
Corellian rolls their eyes and puts a claw on the hilt of the fucking scimitar and just sort of
Okay. Scam will bring his voice to a low whisper and say, fine. We're gonna kill her. Okay. Scam turns around and casts Fireball on the hut.
As you do, the hut crumbles and falls into the muck. The islands around you fall into the muck. And it, opens up a huge portal, dragging you through. I'll show the map really quickly.
Serious?
Into this glowing array of pools with shambling lizard folk warriors all staring up at you, and at the far side, the image of the swamp ghost.
I guess I'm having a 5-course dinner.
And that's where we're gonna end the session.
Well,
I was this close to saying yes!
Oh!
Malifin would not have let that happen. You know damn well.
Yeah, I know!
Everyone would have been fighting in the middle of the swamp for the right to be eaten. Yeah.
Scam would have done it if only we could have seen the body part out. I was gonna say that technically. Yeah. Oh man, we shouldn't have buried the people who died that had in the bag of holding. We could have just been like, oh, here's one of them. Y'all asked me to bury them.
Oh
Is
my
it bad that I was
goodness.
actually thinking that?
We'll figure that out next time on Fallen Empires. Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Love y'all.